Shalom, 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 Israel. Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Well, it's getting close to Shabbat right time. It's almost dark here. So, let's still say Shabbat Shalom to you, my brothers and sisters. And welcome into another broadcast right here, Liberation Tabernacle of Yah. Liberation Tabernacle of Yah, also known to you as Liberation Tabernacle Ministries, as you can see in the background. We the same thing. Liberation Tabernacle Ministries, as we started off on, and we also Liberation Tabernacle Ministries, interchangeable. But we want to say just thank you for joining in right here to this podcast as well. Those of you who will be watching it right here on talkshoe.com. If you watch it on talkshoe.com or you get the podcast, the audio podcast from the various distributing sites such as Amazon, we got Amazon, Apple Podcasting Store, TuneIn Radio, iHeart Radio, and all of those different podcasting stores. However you listen to the broadcast, we really do appreciate you for following and listening to each and every episode. But first, we got to say all praises, all glory, and all honor goes to none other than our true King, our true King, our true Redeemer, our sustainer, our true sustainer, and just everything, y'all. The Most High, the Creator. All of those names, we can give the magnificent names. None other than the Most High Yah. Yes, sir. Some say Yahuwah, some say Yahuwah. Different names that were said. But we know from the not from the Paleo Hebrew. We just know it from the what they call the Tetragrammaton, where we say Yahweh, Wahe. We just give the different names to fill it in with the vowels. So however you say it, my brothers and sisters, we just want to say all praise is due to the universal creator. That's what it is, the universal creator, the sustainer of as they said, the heavens and the earth. All praise is due. Today, we just want to come in here and talk to you, my sisters and brothers, a little bit about this subject matter. And just ask a question, man. Just want to ask a question here to talk to you today. And are Israelites, let me see here, are we as Israelites of today rebellions and disobedience like the Israelites of ancient times? Yeah. Are we as Israelites of today being rebellion and disobedient? That's what I should have put in there. Like our foreparents, our ancestors of ancient times or biblical times that we read about. Some of us, that's not including everybody. Now, we know it all not there. But are we, and let me even say it here in the description, my brothers and sisters, like I said on the description here, we would like to discuss the rebelliousness and the disobedience of some of us, I would say, as Israelites. Some of us as Israelites going after false deities, mighty ones, as they say, gods in English, as we were commanded not to do? Are we following in the wrong footsteps as our ancient ancestors? Are we following in those wrong footsteps, my brothers and sisters? Because we know that our ancestors, as we read in the Tanakh, that they were a rebellious people and they did some things. They were truly rebellions, so a lot of us, some of us, not trying to generalize and put all of us in this same box, but there are some Israelites out here who's are we following in the wrong footsteps? Are we whoring after other mighty ones, as some say? Well, or some may say just use the word gods. Are we doing that today? Are we a rebellious people? Now, we're gonna pull out some things here, my sisters and brothers. Let's go here first. We'll start with let me screen share here, man. I forgot this here, y'all. I'm trying to get in here so fast, y'all. I'm forgetting it. These classes and these shows right here will be hosted by tonight, my brothers and sisters, and taught to you tonight by your brothers of the of Liberation Tabernacle of Yah. We have coming in momentarily here, my brother Chief. Well, I keep saying I want to say Chief, y'all. The Moray, the Moray David Israel. He will be in here momentarily, my brothers and sisters. Y'all will hear him in the background in a minute. I'm doing the camera things. I'm gonna be on the camera, but y'all will hear him on audio. He'll be on the other end on audio. Yeah, so the Moray David Israel will be in the house momentarily, and I am the Moray Aria Israel. Moray Aria Israel. So we are the co-founders and the teachers here. Moray, y'all know me, teachers here at Liberation Tabernacle of Yah, also Liberation Tabernacle Ministries. So my brothers and sisters, so yes. And also y'all see the number in the background. That's the number you can call in when we're live on the show. You can call in and chime in through that number. So you see this on YouTube, write that number down as well and save that number, because we're gonna try to make sure we get these. We're supposed to do Shabbat tomorrow, but there's some things, we might the chief probably be on tomorrow. I gotta go, and I know it's Shabbat, but I gotta go take care of some special business. If it's on Shabbat, it gotta be some special business that I couldn't take care of no other time. So yes, sir. So we're just coming on tonight to do this here. And yes, let's see here. What was I going? Let's pull up Ezekiel. Let's pull out the e-sword right fast. I want to go here to the book of Ezekiel. I love this right here, man. Ezekiel. Let's go. Come on, screen share. What are you doing? Okay, my screen share tripping, y'all. Okay, let's get this. Let's exit this. Let's go to the book of Ezekiel right fast, and let's look at something. Ezekiel 2 and let's go here at 3. Now I will be reading here from my the Scripture Bible. The Scripture Bible, y'all can see right here on eSword. Yes, sir. Let's read it right fast. Ezekiel 2 and 3. Now, no, let's just jump on up. Let's just jump on up to start at 1 if we can. It says, and he said, talking about the Most High Yah, and he said to me, son of man, stand on your feet, so that I speak to you. And the Spirit entered into me when he spoke to me and set me on my feet. And I heard him who was speaking to me. And he said to me, son of man, I am sending you to the house of Israel, to a nation of rebels who have rebelled against me. They and their fathers have transgressed against me until this day. He said, they have transgressed against me and to this very day. And I can say, sisters and brothers, just my personal opinion. I was not saying this fact. Even with what you see that was something of ancient times, I would say that is still going on today. We have a lot of people in Israel. We have some Israel who say they're groups out here. We're going to get more into this. Who's still rebellion against the Most High Yah today. Been rebellions. And we tell them they're supposed to follow Tanakh and not supposed to be in any. There's no new covenant. There's no new contract and all of this stuff. We don't have human sacrifices in Israel. We don't believe that somebody died for our sins. We don't have no other king other than the Most High Yah. Oh man, they want, boy, listen here. It's almost like a fight. Especially we know as us as Tanakh brothers and sisters who Tanakh only, we know we are the somewhat not so much like by our so-called brothers and sisters who say that they are Israel, but who believe in this Yahweh Shai, aka Jesus, aka Yeshua, who believe in that so-called there's a new covenant or new testimony, as they write it in English, right? Who follow that. So we know as in ancient time how the nation split, the southern kingdom and the northern kingdom, how they split, and we know what the northern kingdom started going astray, stop following Tanakh. Well, hey, like they say, y'all, what goes around comes around, and also there's nothing new under the sun. So even going back to verse 3, it says they and their fathers have transgressed against me until this day. it's still today. Now, verse 4, right fast, it says that, and the children are stiff faced and hard hearted, to whom I am sending you. The Most High was telling Ezekiel that, hey, man, those people, the nation that I'm sending you to, Ezekiel, hey, man, they are a stiff neck, as some Bibles have it, a stiff neck, hard hearted people. I'm sending you to them, and you to say to them, thus says the Master Yah, and they whether they hear or whether they refuse, for they are rebellious house. They are rebellious house. This is what Yah is telling Ezekiel. They are rebellious house. They have been rebellion against me. I've told these people time and time again, if you listen to me, this is going to happen to you. These things are great things are going to happen to you. But they have been so rebellious, they don't, man, they ain't listening. Let's jump down to verse 8 right fast, brothers and sisters. It says, and you, son of man, hear that I'm speaking to you. Do not be like, no, excuse me, do not be rebellion, like that rebellion's house. Open your mouth and eat what I am giving you. Don't be rebellion like them. Listen, and look what he says there. Open your mouth and eat what I am giving you. Mean the words of Yah. You eat it and digest that. But now again, like I said, they want to eat the words of somebody else. They want to eat the words of Paul. They're eating the words of Matthew, Luke, John, Peter, and such and such Luke, not the words of the Most High Yah. So again, we're looking at a rebellious house as to even today, and going after other mighty, so-called mighty ones, and not giving the praise to the Almighty Yah. And let me go with another one. Let me give y'all something else. And here's something I was looking at in the book of Ezekiel. So, a lot of them, they want to say, well, we've been keeping the feast days. We keep the feast days and all of that. They go after the Christians and talk about, well, y'all not keeping the feast days and all the type of things of their nature. Y'all ain't keeping that. At least we keep the feast days. Well, as even in the days of our ancestors, right? They were saying the same, they were doing the same thing, right? But they still was a rebellious people. So even though we see a lot of our brothers and sisters out here talking about, well, we keeping the feast days and they having all these convocations and congregating, they might be keeping Shabbat. They out there so-called keeping Shabbat, whatever, congregating on Shabbat. They're doing, all the things, the routines. Well, like I said, they're going through the routines, just like Israel did back then. During the time when we looking at here, right? Did I stop screen sharing? Yeah. Let's go back to screen sharing. Even in the time of Isaiah, well, we're going to see what Isaiah was talking about, what dealing with Israel back then too. It's a lot of these, like I said, y'all ain't nothing new under the sun. It's still going on. Let's see here what Yah said to Isaiah to tell the children of Israel, right? Because we know the brothers and sisters, like I said again, they want to say, we keeping Shabbat. We keep the Shabbat. We keep all the feast days. We doing this. We doing that. Okay. But y'all are still in a manifested area when you're saying Most High in Christ. Christ died for your sins. Christ was the one in the book of Genesis who created everything. Damn, what was y'all doing? What was y'all at? I mean, y'all just completely took the Most High out of everything. I've heard, like we talked about this before on here, that Melchizedek was even AKA Yahweh Shai. King Solomon was Yahweh Shai. Damn, when everybody in the Tanakh was actually Yahweh Shai incarnate. If you let them tell it, everybody, no wonder they say he's spoken throughout the volume of the book, because everybody that was in the Tanakh was actually Yahweh Shai. I'm not saying that's what it was, but you let them tell it. That's who he was. He was everybody in there, y'all. You know what? And Most High forgive me, I'm not saying that's what it is.
It's like one of them movies, like the movie with Richard Pryor. Y'all remember Richard Pryor, Which Way Is Up, and all them different characters Richard Pryor actually played in Which Way Is Up. And then you had Martin, in the movie, television show Martin. Martin played on it wrong. He played all them different characters. That's how they got Yahweh Shai, aka Jesus, being just like that. He got all these different characters. Lord, I'm not calling my ancestors characters, but I'm saying that's what they act, what they're teaching. But anyway, let's go. Since they let's see what the Most High had said here, sisters and brothers, Isaiah. Let's go Isaiah 1:13. We're gonna go to 16 right fast. It says, "Stop bringing." This is what the Most High ticked off about them because of what they were doing. Listen here. He says, "Stop bringing worthless grain." Now, I'm reading from my Complete Jewish Study Bible right here. That's what I'm reading out of here from this version here, this time around. It says, "Stop bringing worthless grain offerings. They are like disgusting incense to me." Rosh Hashanah, Shabbat, calling convocations. I can't stand evil together with your no. Let me go back. I can't stand evil together with your assemblies. Everything in me hates your Rosh Hashanah and your feast They are a burden to me. I'm tired of putting up with them. When you spread out your hands, I will hide my eyes from you. No matter how much you pray, I won't be listening because your hands are covered with blood. Wash yourself. Wash yourself clean. Get your evil deeds out of my sight. Stop doing evil. Let's just go to 17 right fast. It says, learn to do good, seek justice, relieve the oppressed, defend the orphans, please plead for the widows. Y'all heard that? But I just want to go back to these other parts. Let me see. Let me go to the King James version on that right fast. That's what they love, that King James. They'll listen more if I read the King James. But look at here. Let's go back to the King James and read that say, and just look at the same thing, right? What it says, bring no more vain obligation. Incense is an abomination unto me. Your new moons, your new moons and your Shabbats, calling of assemblies. I can't get away with. It says it is an iniquity. Y'all see that? It says your new moons and your appointed feasts, my soul hateth. They are a trouble unto me. Because you know what's going on here, y'all, right? Because what's going on is like Israel, they will always continue to keep bringing sin offerings and the sacrifices and things of this nature. But they continue to keep doing wrong. It's like you bring your ox, your bulls, your lambs, and your goat for offering, and you just offer it up, knowing doggone well you finna go right back out there and do the same old thing. You just really just going through the motion. They were just going through the motion. So I was like, man, hey, listen, I'm sick of this here. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of you and these doggone burnt offerings and sacrifices. Don't bring me no more. Because really, y'all just shedding the blood of these innocent animals for no reason. Doggone well, you finna go right back out here and keep doing the same old thing. You finna keep sinning. I'm tired of this. Okay, yeah, you keeping Shabbat. Yeah, you keeping these new moon. Yeah, y'all gathering. But y'all evil as I don't know what, though. Y'all evil as I don't know what. What did he say in verse 15? Your hands have become filled with blood. Huh? I've listened to a class today or a group. To me, I'm just gonna be honest, y'all. I ain't gonna say their name. They act like this particular. They call themselves Israel, but they act like thugs, gangsters. They still act like gangsters. Now I've listened to even a lot of so-called messianic. Let me stop the screenshot. I listen to a lot of messianic music sometime. I don't, man, I be trying to listen to some inspirational music. I can't, sometime I just turn on, what's it, SoundCloud, and that's all you guys got to hear a lot. And I just blot out the Yahweh Shai portions, But anyway, there's one group that they music, man. You might as well you might as well call it trap music. Label it trap music, and what's this other music? There's another music they got out. Somebody would tell drill music, whatever the James Brown that is. But anyway, they're still calling women B's, H's, and man, that music is no different than some of this other crap that's out there. Just because they sometimes invoke the name of the Most High in there and whatever, but you still degrading women, calling, like I said, B's and H's, talk about you gonna whoop this N word, and I'm like, wait a minute, hold up. Are these supposed to be Israelites? Are these supposed to be Israel? Hey, no, it can't be. I'm listening to the wrong thing. But no, I won't. I'm not listening to, yeah. That's not the behavior that's fitting of, you always say, as a priestly man. Yeah, not Israel. We're not supposed to be saying nothing like that. Now that's the world, ain't it? That's the Gentiles do that type of stuff, right? Not Israel, I know. But that is some things that's going on. But my point that we really want to bring out today, my brothers and sisters, the Moray, like I say, we'll be in here momentarily. But Israel, my biggest, well, I ain't gonna say it's mine, but I just say from just knowing Tanakh, studying Tanakh, and knowing what the Most High requires of us as Israel, and looking at the history, and how Israel, ancient Israel, our ancestors, our foreparents, was constantly getting in trouble themselves for following after other, as they say, mighty ones, deities, and whatnot. And it just behooved me how a lot of these groups out here, I don't say groups, are still following that same pattern today, because somebody have told you that this person, Yahweh Shai, Jesus, is the Mashiach. Do y'all even know what a Mashiach, the meaning of Mashiach, and that they don't give so many different what's the word I'm looking for, y'all? That just, again, he have a heck of a lot of characters. He have a lot of different positions. This so-called Yahweh Shai. Excuse me, brother. Let me cut this thing over here. I heard he's the high. Okay, first he's the king. He's the high priest. What else? He's the king. He's the king. He's the high priest. He's the son of God. He's I don't know, y'all. Just keep on naming some stuff. They don't say it. He's everything. So he's some of everything. I was like, what? Come on, man. Come on, fam. How are we reading Tanakh? Because that's the foundation, supposed to be. I don't care if you are so-called messianic, but your foundation had to start. You should start at the front of the book. That's how the book, you start at the front, right? Even though, in Hebrew, we go from right to left, so it usually be the other way. From the English, how y'all have, we open the book from the left and start. Either way, it's going to be your front. However you open it, it's going to be your front. Even from right to left, that's going to be the front. But y'all are starting in the back of the book. Right? And giving that the validity and really you're disregarding anything of our history. I mean, like what they say, y'all. I say it like this: anything from the past. That's the thing. Have you learned anything from the past? Have you? Did? Uh, what did y'all look at? What did you get out of studying? If you've read from Genesis all the way to Malachi, what was going on with Israel? Did y'all get anything out of that? I mean, we talked about the chastisement. We always talk about the curses. Why was Israel getting cursed? Well, I would say chastised. I like to use the word chastised. Why were they always getting chastised? Huh? For doing some rebellion stuff, doing whatever they wanted to do. I ain't gonna sing tonight. They almost finna sing a Ti thing, but I ain't gonna do that today. They're doing everything that what they wanted to do instead of following the commandments of the Most High, keeping what He said. One thing we already know, y'all. We already know one of the commandments is have no other mighty one of power before the Most High, right? Because what did He say? Now they have it saying that He is a jealous Elohim, right? Have no other power before the Most High. Y'all know it. Let's go. I pull it up on the eSword if I have to. Let me see. Pull my eSword. I like to do the eSword. I like to show these things, and I want you to think I'm just making some stuff up. So we just go along. We just show it to you in the scriptures itself. We show it to you in the scriptures. Now, ain't talking about here. We know we ain't talking about no so-called. Y'all know that thing they talk about the New Testament and all of that, but we ain't talking about that. Let's screen share, sister brother. Let's screen see where we go. Screen share here right fast. Let's pull up this is again. Bam. Come on, this sword. There we go. Right here. We got here. Let's go to Ezekiel. Excuse me. Exodus, Shemot. If we say in Hebrew, Shemot 20:2. It says, I am Yah, your Elohim, who brought you out of the land of Mizraim, or Egypt, as they would say.
Hey, shalom, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You ready, brother?
Yeah. Let me get my Tanakh out. I was in the grocery store listening in.
Yes, sir.
I had to go and get some fish for the night to fry.
Oh man.
For my dinner.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
so you a real Jew, man. So you a real Jew,
that.
ain't it? You get fish on Friday.
Hell yeah.
Yes, sir.
Heck yeah, you gotta got me some codfish. And let me go to a scripture.
Yes, sir.
Real quick. I'm gonna open up.
Yes,
Shema Israel, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. I would like to say, give all honor, all glory to Yah Elohim, Yah. And I would like to give shouts the Liberation Tabernacle Ministries. And man, Lions Vibes Radio. I would like to give a thanks to the Moray over here, Moray REI Israel, who has opened up and he has blessed us with opening like he did. And one thing I can say about him, he has held it down for us. Great brother, and I love to have this brother in ministry with me. And like I said, this is Moray David Israel. So I would like to Shabbat Shalom to everybody.
Shabbat Shalom.
And I heard something you said earlier.
Yes,
I'm gonna give you a scripture, which I already know you already got.
Yes,
Hosea 4:6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. I would like to expound on that.
Yes,
and also
sir.
I would like to go to another scripture, Psalms 119 and Psalms 19 and 153. It says, consider mine affliction and deliver me, for I do not forget thy law. So when we look at the law is the teachings of Yah. Now, there was something you said earlier about some Israelite brothers that sound like gangsters. I know it ain't just one. I know a couple of them. As a matter of fact, I will say they are gangsters. As a matter of fact, ain't nothing wrong. You used to be a gangster.
Yes,
but
sir.
if you retired your gangster and put it into the work of Yah, you know, you're doing a good man's work. We all have a past. We all had things in our past which we have done, which it is what it is. You can't come to Yah with. Because when you come to Yah, Yah want to see what you're going to progress, with past that. So there's a scripture that be not conformed, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Now, for y'all Messianics, that's in your New Testament. Now, why not renew and bring something on new? This knowledge that you get, this Torah that you get, you're supposed to live this. Now, I'm going to tell you something. Let me tell you something. There's a reason why I, as a Hebrew brother, Old Testament, along with Moreh, RBI, Israel, we don't follow a lot of these camps. Some of you were saying about how Israel keep backsliding. When we're looking at a lot of these Messianic organizations, I'm going to tell you something. They are no different than the damn Christian church. They aren't. And when we're looking at Paul, you notice how Paul stayed locked up. There's a reason for that. Paul stayed locked up not because he was doing something good, because he failed. Let me tell you something. When you're looking at New Testament, a lot of y'all, the scripture said, Proverbs 3:31, envy thou not the oppressor and choose none of his ways. We over here at Liberation Tabernacle Ministries, we don't push all that black and white thing that y'all do. We know the real Jews are black Americans. We know this, but we live this. Let me tell you something. When you're looking at a lot of these Messianic Hebrew clubs, they thought this white man did this, white man did that. But then y'all gotta look at the traditions. The Messianic way is a white way. Let me tell you why. Paul, which majority of them follow, his teacher name was Gamaliel. Gamaliel was a European. I'm going to tell you something. Right there, if y'all say that Esau's white man, they the devil, then y'all acting just like the savage and the beast y'all claim y'all hate so much. So no wonder why they live like that. No wonder why they act like that. If you look at, even when you're looking at the Yahweh character, the Yeshua character, these brothers and sisters, right? These brothers and sisters, they put on this thing to where, oh well, the black man has to come back to Yah. They have to come back to Yah. Okay. But then they say, you have to come back to Yahweh. Yahweh is a dead person. Yahweh is a dead person. Now, we don't have a problem with the dead. But when it comes time for Yah, okay, when it comes time for Yah, this is something that Yah said. This is something that Yah said. And this is something that Yah said in Exodus 15:3. He says, the Lord is a man of war. The Lord is his name. Now, we know that the Lord's real name is the Adonai. That's in Hebrew, Adonai. The Elohim is his power. The Elohim is a man of war. When he says a man of war, he's not talking about nobody who will physically fight for him. He's talking about somebody who will spiritually fight for him. Now, when we talk about the spiritual fight, Yahweh Shah, or Yeshua, as y'all call it. Now, when you're looking at the way he went about teaching, you gotta look at this. He taught. He was supposed to be God's child, right? Yah's child. If he was Yah's child, why didn't Yah fight for him? Why, when he got killed on the cross, how come y'all ain't fight for him? Matter of fact, he let him die. He let him get killed. Let me tell you something. If you're following the laws, statutes, commandments, Yah will fight for you. But for some reason, he didn't fight for this Jesus tag. What's wrong with that? You will give up on your own child. Yah said, this is something Yah said. Let me get this scripture out, because this is something he said. Let me get this scripture out. I wrote it. This is some right here. This is it. Right here. Deuteronomy. That's it. Right here. Deuteronomy 31 and 6 through 8. Let me get the scripture out real quick. Right here. Deuteronomy 31. Deuteronomy 31:6. And I'm going through my scripture right now. Right here. All right. Deuteronomy 31 and 6. It says, be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid of terrified because of them. For Yah, your God, with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. Now, Yah, he don't leave nor forsake people who fight for him. So why was Paul always locked up? Why did his servants get killed on the cross? If he was with these people should have never been left. Now, let me put something out there with you. You have all these camps out here, right? Nice, shiny garments that a lot of them look like Earth, Wind, and Fire when they dress up. A lot of them are, we look at, and man, if I'm going to name one of the camps, ISUPK.
The gangsters.
And yeah.
Damn, I wasn't supposed to say that, was it? My bad.
No, I'm going to put it out there. AOC, ISUPK, I'm going to put a couple of their names out there. They ride around with all these nice garments. Now, the scriptures say, Ecclesiastes 7:7, surely oppression makes the wise man mad, but a gift will destroy the heart. if you look at after every election, everything that they do, they ask for donations. Every Passover, and I'm glad you mentioned that about a Shabbat and they feast. You remember you mentioned some scriptures about that earlier?
Yes,
I was listening.
yes,
You were talking about how Yahweh said he was going to forget their Sabbath and their feast. I don't know if you can pull that lecture back out.
Yes, sir. I put it back.
Or not. That about that was some lecture you mentioned earlier. When I was listening in, you were saying how he was going to forget their Sabbath feast. I want you to quote that lecture, quote that scripture for me real quick. Like they say, read.
Yes, sir.
But that's something I'm going to tie in there.
Yes, sir. It was in Ezekiel. Excuse me. I'm sorry, Shalagi. There's Isaiah verses 13 through about 15. I get it. Chapter 1. I'm gonna slow it down. There's Isaiah chapter 1 verses 13 to 15. Now I'm reading from my scripture Bible, so it's probably read different from anybody else a little bit. It's just so I can't read the scriptures, different ones. But says, stop bringing fertile offerings, incense, because it is an abomination to me. Your new moons, your Sabbath, the calling of gathering, the assemblies, them these assemblies and stuff coming together. It says, I am unable to bear unrighteousness and assemblies. My being hate your new moons and your appointed times. They are a trouble to me. I am weary of bearing them. It says, and when you spread out your hands, I will hide my eyes from you. Even though you make many prayers, I don't hear. Your hands have become filled with blood. It says, wash yourself, make yourself clean, and put away the evil of your doing from before my eyes. Stop doing evil.
All right. Now, let me tell you something. The offerings and all that, y'all's going to forget all that. New moons, the Sabbath, the offerings. Let me tell you something about this. Now, when you're looking at the new moons, the Sabbath, all that offerings, one thing you can check out, they always asking for offerings. They always do. They wear these garments. They pass over. Go look at some of their Passovers. Their Passovers look like they're going to the club. They look like a Baptist convention.
Dang.
Every time I look at, they always look like they're going like you ever look at the Baptist convention and the Kojic convention?
Yes, sir.
And they look just like a club.
Dang.
You look at the pimps, the players ball. They always look like a pimp convention. All look like they go like players. It wouldn't shock me if they were wearing Stacey Adams. It wouldn't be shocking me. Hey, you in Memphis. You know what I'm talking about? How the players dress, the gangsters in the club with the Morris Day hairdo and the damn, I used to wear my hair like Morris Day, so I know I used to dress like that. So when you're looking at a lot of them conventions, that's what it looked like. Go look at it. Them dudes, and even sometimes you were talking about how they were calling women bitches and hoes and all that in some of their music.
Yes, sir.
That's what they do.
And
and matter of fact,
now go ahead. I'm just gonna throw out Shalagi. I ain't mean cut you. I'm getting you more fuel till you fire though. Remember, brother, I told you I was listening to a YouTube video when they were having a discussion. I ain't gonna say no name, but they was talking about one of them camps after Passover, brother. They had strippers at they after party Passover. They had strippers. They had the Passover, and for the after part of the Passover, they had strippers. And that's why we see again.
And you know what? You ain't lying about that.
Yeah.
You're not lying about it. And just what some of the ones you're talking about, all I gotta say, one of them say they used to be a pimp back in the day.
Mm.
One of them say they used to be a pimp back in the day. So all that dark, matter of fact, they even did a YouTube interview where they interviewed one of the pimps that they used to pimp with, who used to be up there with Don Juan and Ron Luke and all them. So all the players in the house, so yeah. So they are.
Yes, sir. And that's why Isaiah was, even though he was talking to Israel
So
back
yeah.
then.
So they still out there. They still out there. They ain't fooling nobody. They're still out there.
Yes, sir. And so, brother,
still out there.
To throw in right fast with that, if they having feast days, which is Passover and stuff like that, Pesach, but they're having after parties with strippers. I can see why, even though we're talking about Isaiah was talking about Israel back then and what was going on back then, but we still look at this stuff with Israel, still doing it, repeating this same old cycle. That's why in Isaiah 14, he says right here, and that's the King James version for them, because I know they like the King James. The same verses I was reading, but I ain't gonna read all of them. But 14 says, "Your new moons and your appointed feasts, my soul hate. My soul hate. They are a trouble to me. I am worrier to bear them." But it says your new moon and your feast, appointed feast, my soul hate them. Wow, I see why. You got strippers at a Passover party. Wow. But go ahead, lock you out. Man.
What I'm gonna say is, so it ain't really shocking.
No, sir.
These dudes let me tell you something. These dudes out here, this is what they do. This is what they do. And you know, like I was saying with the pimp culture, let me tell you something. One of them guys is in Cali. I think I told you about that the other week.
Yes, sir.
When I was texting you. But one of them guys, I used to, I've taught one of them guys when they got put out they camp. I was teaching them. And they was linked up with a affiliated camp that I was with. And one of them guys, I ain't gonna put his name out there. Yes, he know my voice. Like script said, what a New Testament say, when my sheep hear my voice, they'll come running to me. They'll come running to me. They'll do the running man back over here. But one of their camps used to camp and used to get their teachings from me. I have videos where and I, you know what I told, and I ain't forget you. I'm gonna send it to you. And now I'm gonna send it to you. But all I gotta say is one of those brothers, one of their elders, and runs one of their camps, used to come to me. They used to camp with me on Shabbat. And I'm gonna tell you something. That brother, all I gotta say is he knows that them brothers that he was praising and worshiping and doing all that ain't about nothing. But see, these are the same brothers who ain't gonna say nothing.
Yes, sir.
Because you know why? Because they're in a cult. That's a real cult. And they know if they say something, that's gonna be it. They know if they say something, they gonna throw them out the camp. They're gonna be what you call like in Islam, say kafir or infidel. And I don't even know if he was still with that camp or not. But I will say this. He knows that that's some Hollywood stuff. You can even look at the effects on the videos. They have all these effects on the video. Go look at it. They want to make the video look like they're Hollywood. Matter of fact, one of the brothers is in Cali. So that's all I got to say is just watch out. Scripture says, Psalm 73:12, behold, these are the ungodly who prosper in the world. I tell you, all the truth, they talk with these people, I'm going to tell you something. Just look at surround. They're all on Sarnetta TV. Who's another who is clicked up with Hollywood. They got one brother Polite, who got locked up. He was Hollywood. Kim Kardashian picked with Kim Kardashian. All the rest of these Hollywood women. So if y'all, the scripture say Amos 3:3, can two walk together unless they agree. If you're walking with these people, you linked up with these people, guess what? You right on with them. That you in that life. Your surroundings is what makes you. Curtis Mayfield had a song called The Makings of You. Yeah, he said, the makings of you. I don't know if you remember that Curtis Mayfield song, The Makings of You.
Yes, sir.
But the makings of you is who you surround yourself with. If you hang out with a bunch of crips, then I don't care if you say, well, I hear people all the time, yeah, my homeboy, my buddy, he a crip. A lot of my friends is crip, and a lot of my friends is blood, and all this. You had to, you a crip of blood? No. I just know a lot of, well, shoot, you must be into some kind of something if you hanging out with them. I hear ladies all the time. Yeah, my best friend a lesbian. Well, are you a lesbian? No, I'm married. Well, you must be into some kind of freakish activity if they're hanging around with you. Because if you ain't, why would they hang around? Either you pimping some girls that in that type of lifestyle, or you dabbling in that lifestyle. A crackhead, a man that's not on crack ain't gonna hang around no crack dealers, or ain't gonna hang around no crackheads. Well, yeah, a crackhead, a non-crackhead ain't gonna hang around nobody that ain't no crackhead. This is how that works. If you ain't gay, why hang around gay people? So that's all I gotta say. So the makings of them are the people who they hang around with. They let you know who they are. These people let you know who they are by their surroundings. Yeah, you can't be a person. Well, yeah, a lot of my buddies is alcoholics, and man, well, you dabbling in something. You selling alcohol, you dabbling, you a secret alcoholic. Yes, you know what I'm saying? So that's all I gotta say. Just look at who they're hanging around with. They're always with Sarnetta. Sarnetta is the chief demon. Jay. They even got that one girl up there. Now I'm gonna put her name out there because she's fake and phony. Well, that I call her the new queen of fools. She the queen of fools of the Israelites. Yeah. Well, you know your girl Nepal. She up there with always got little things hanging out there. Always all like Suge Knight all in video. And she like the playboy of the Israelite community.
God.
She like the Pamela Anderson of the Hebrew community. Always up there. And I'm gonna tell you something, it's so unnecessary. Why, if you're a woman and you a Hebrew, why you gotta put your titties up there on the screen? You know, and the fact that I don't know Hebrew brothers check her on that something's wrong. They so busy all up and down the street. These same brothers, yeah, that sister need to cover up. Well, won't some of these Israelite sisters need to cover up too?
God.
She know the truth. And she acting just like, I'm going to tell you something, you know what's terrible? Not just her, but just go look at some of these Passovers. All these guys, they wives be makeup and full-blown makeup on their face. Girls got makeup all on their face, tight Hebrew dresses on. Nasty. And I'm going to tell you, I didn't see some Hebrew sisters with leggings on that Passover. And nasty, twerking. Look, they even got some Hebrew sisters twerking at Passover.
Wait a minute, hold up, Dave. Not no twerking, brother. No. Well,
yeah, they got Hebrew. I've seen some of the sisters all in there looking just like video models.
Well, you did. Well, we just said earlier they had strippers, so well, why not? You know, I mean, not why.
They got Hebrew strippers. There's some Israelite strippers out there. Trust me.
I can
you got some. So they up there, your sister wrong, she out of order. But do you got sisters all up there like that? And another thing I'm gonna put out there, you notice how they always cuss down black women, but they never cuss out them Puerto Rican women and them Dominican women and them Spanish women. They'll never cuss out light skinned ladies, but they always cuss out the dark skins. You got a dark skin to cover up. They always down white. They always up there to think they'll never cuss out them exotical chicks. They always praising them. All of them got light skin wives. I don't know if y'all noticed that or not, but them some color struck dudes. Them Messianic Hebrew brothers are very color struck, and it's disgusting. Wow. And my last thing I'm gonna put up here, you got Israelite crackheads out here. Me and you interviewed the Israelite crackhead. You remember that?
Yes.
And he might well be a crackhead. He smoke weed. Smoke weed ain't never crack. You remember that?
Yes, sir.
You remember we interviewed that one Israelite brother? Yeah, so weed is the frankincense and myrrh. You remember that?
Yes, sir. I remember loud and clear. I mean, that's very clear.
Yeah, you smoke weed. It's in the Torah talking about the burning bush Moses went to was some loud.
Pure foolishness.
You remember that?
Yes,
he said the burning bush was allowed. We was through, and we got. And look, me and you, we gonna pull out some of them old video because I'm telling you, it's Israelite crackheads. Damn son.
That's pure foolishness, brother. Man, it's a shame. And I forgot where I was going to go with this. But yeah, man. But this is what we say. Like, and those one thing we're kind of going into, and the thing people we're bringing up is because we did a show. Remember, we did this class before, Chief. Y'all go check it out in the archives. Right here on our Liberation Tabernacle. Y'all. We did a show of the Messianics bringing a bad the so-called Messianic bringing a bad reputation on the rest of the Israelite nation. Are they bringing a bad reputation on Israel? So if they are Israel, just say they are Israel. Can't deny if they are not. I can't say who's who on the most I know. and even with their going out doing what they're doing as Israel, it truly is, because I've talked to people and some brothers sometime, and they be having people on Facebook. One brother, like he be talking about, he got a brother on Facebook that he deal with, and he's so-called messianic, and he was telling me about, what he be typing in and talking about, bro, you be eating pork, and all this certain things that he be just telling me certain things he be putting up saying, and they be having discussions going at it. Now the brother I'm talking about that I be with, he's a Christian, and I work with the brother. He's a Christian. But I said, when he was telling me about what to go, I said, oh brother, that's on the so-called messianic. And I said, man, I don't agree with him. Now I said, now he might be. I said, but we don't agree with them as far as their doctrine and things that they're doing and teaching and how they act, even their behavior. We don't get out like that as Tanakh only, this, that, and another. But yeah, man, and this is why, like, and he's like, he's like, I ain't trying to knock nobody for what they is, but some of them they really, because he try to respect, for me saying, because I said about Israel, but sometimes they have a bad, it's like bad, they have like a damn near hatred for Israelites because of they be don't ran across some of them one Westers, and I'm gonna say it like that, these one Westerners or X One West, however they want to see it. They branched off from One West because they run across some of them and the thing how they portraying Israel, and they think when you say you're Israelite, you say it like we, me and Dave, Dave and I, he Tanakh only. We don't agree with that. We don't teach that. They think because of what they hear from their videos and probably see them, they run across them on the street or wherever. And I say I'm Israel. First thing they start thinking that we believe in the same thing, act just, we didn't know, we probably don't act, but we believe in the same thing like they do. Just for a matter of fact, me and the brother, we work together. But as soon as I say I'm Israel, he probably just thinking, well, you don't act like and like them, speak like them, but you Israelite. Do you believe the same thing they believe? Like you said, be teaching the white man is the devil, Esau, and all of that type of stuff. Do and salvation is for Israel only, and all of this stuff, and they'll think that we believe in the same thing just because we Israel. It's like some things like we damn near say a lot of them Christians are the same, but the thing is, they are bringing bad things in, man, and they're bringing a bad reputation into Israel, because they are basically, we almost say damn near they're a majority of what we're seeing, and that's why a lot of people gravitating to them, and a lot of stuff is about money too, numbers and money with them. The more people they get in, it's the more money they get coming into their organization, their groups, is the more money. So a lot of them who have the most craziest doctrine, and it's like the influence that certain things, even with their Bible, well, not their Bible, but even with the person they follow, who Paul. So there's people out there with itching ears. So they know they if they can throw out something that there's somebody that want to hear something, some far-fetched, they throw out any kind of stuff. That's why they'll tell you, like I said, I got to say it like that. Jesus he's Melchizedek. He's Solomon. Hell, he might have been King David. Somebody probably have said that. I mean, he was everybody, y'all. He was Noah. He probably was Noah. I won't be surprised they ain't saying that. He was actually Noah incarnate, So these people got some crazy stuff, man. And number one, again, and the reason we getting on saying bringing these things out, because these people claiming to be Israel. Now, if they was saying that if they wasn't claiming to be Israel, they was some other Gentiles, like as a Christian, and we have these discussions, and especially when they be talking about Israel, I said, well, let me tell you something, brother. I said, do you recognize yourself as Israel, or do you claim to be an Israelite? No, I don't claim to be Israelite. And they might be into the Bible, we having discussions. I said, well, I'm gonna tell you what I do. I say that I'm an Israel. I recognize myself as an Israelite. I said, so, brother, certain things is in there. I said, when you're dealing with the Tanakh, I said, there are certain things. I said, well, you don't. Okay. I said, just for instance, we were giving the dietary laws. We were given that, and we were told, don't eat this here. We don't eat that. I said, if you say you don't recognize yourself as Israel, I said, those things when told to you, or you probably say, well, hell, I can go and eat pork. Because you probably, Paul, hey, I don't really get into them about the Paul. I said, I said, but these things specifically, brother. I said, me saying Israel, hey, man, I got an obligation. I got to, that we got to uphold too, because I say I'm Israel. So, and there's a lot, I try to get into there with them. I said, so, so some of these brothers that's out here doing that, if they wasn't claiming to be Israel, because Paul taught that he was and like they love Paul. Paul said he was a apostle to the Gentiles. Now, you want to follow Paul, you want to be a damn Gentile, hey, fine, go right on ahead. But I forget, they always come with this silly breakdown that, see, sometimes, the word Gentile mean it was Israel who was scattered too, and all of this old different kind of crazy stuff, this crazy doctrine they be coming up with. Now, if Paul knew that he was apostle to the Gentile, why didn't he just say, he wouldn't say, I'm apostle to the, just say that you're apostle to the Israelites scattered, or just I'm apostle to the Israelites. Because, number one is like this here, right? We're in America today. A lot of us is Israel. We're in America today. We still say we Israel. We still claiming Israel. A lot of y'all don't say, well, I ain't on. You don't claim American. You don't claim to be American, right? I'm talking about Israel. You're not claiming to be an American, even though that's your citizenship and that's your birth nationality because you're born here, that you claim it. But we still say we Israel. So what I'm getting at, if you're claiming, still saying you're Israel, even though you live in America, you're not claiming to be American, why in the hell then, when they get down to the Bible part, you want to say, well, you want to claim being a goddamn Gentile, excuse my French. And you say, well, we were Gentile. They're just saying that we were Israelites who were scattered in other nations, amongst the other nations. But why are you claiming this Gentile doctrine? Remember, I'm saying you're claiming Gentile doctrine because Paul said he was apostle to the Gentile. So basically, when you say you follow Paul, who was apostle to the Gentile, you forgetting about your damn nationality. He said, because it says other nations, right? That's what Gentile actually means. Other nations were heathen. You an Israelite. You ain't no other nation. There were other apostles or whatnot, even with that, right? It's so what they say, who went straight for the Israel. Not so y'all, man, y'all just mixed up in that damn doc. Throw that damn I'll finish it. Throw that New Testament in the garbage. I ain't gonna say that. But get rid of that stuff, man. Get up out of there. But we'll just go here right fast. Dabarine. Let's go to Dabarine 9 and 24. 9 and 24. This is what I like this right here, man. Let me see what version I'm reading now. And this is my Cephas Bible. This is just my Cephas Bible. Let me see. Let me go back let me go here. My scripture Bible. Now check this out. 9 and 24 says, you have been rebellions against Yah from the day that I knew you. Man, that's cold. This is Moshe. Moses talking. You have been rebellions against Yah from the day that I knew you. Wow. Israel, we truly have, man, and we're still rebellion. We're still rebellion against Yah. Y'all might not know it, like I said, the reason I brought that out about the feast days in Isaiah 1 and 11, because I know people will bring that out. And say, well, no, man, see how we rebel. We ain't like them Christians. We keeping the feast days. We do the feast days. We keeping Shabbat. We do all that. We ain't like the Christians. But yeah, but you see what Isaiah said. You see what Isaiah said even with that. Don't mean nothing to y'all. Because just because you going through the motions, and that's what a lot of it is. They're going through the motions. But you truly not being righteous, though. You just going through the motion, but you're not being righteous with it. You still doing a lot of other stuff. Like I said, you like in y'all making music, filth music, calling women B's, H's, and grabbing her crotches. Oh man, it just filthy, bro. I mean, just some filth. But you say we the prophets of the Most High, and we the messenger of the Most High. I don't know what y'all claim so much stuff. But Israel, this is not befitting, man, what we're doing. And especially number one is you're calling or actually subscribing to other mighty ones or powers or whatnot onto the Most High. That's the worst. That's one of the worst things. Not just the music, forget that. Just that right in itself. You're giving Yah's credit, as I read the other day, which says, I don't give my power and my glory to nobody. Nobody. That was in Isaiah 2. But y'all, everything y'all want to say is that this Yahweh Shai character did it. He created the heavens and the earth. When y'all reading the book of Badashif, according to these dudes, that was Jesus. Now, this is supposed to be Israelites saying this, right? This is supposed to be Israelites saying, now y'all know the so-called modern day or what we know as Christians. We know they say that, right? So we can already say they don't know no better. What's that thing? And I think it's in one of their books, Matthew, somewhere like that, say, forgive them, they know not what they do. Now, we know the Christians don't, because they don't study Tanakh. They don't really study Tanakh because they've been told that's old. So they don't even bother to pick it up and read it because they've been told that's some old, outdated. So if you've been told that something is old and outdated, you don't want to read that unless you just bored. You don't even try to figure out, read nothing about it. Well, the Israelites, it ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm a Christian. I don't need to read nothing about no Israelites. Who are them? Them white folks over there in Israel. Now them the Israelites. Okay, yeah. But they call Israelis though. See, y'all need to even know that. But anyway, that's another whole subject. So my brothers, when we're doing that, y'all are really bringing on a bad light the brothers and sisters who call themselves Israelites, even for people like us. And damn near like we got to defend ourselves as being Israel, even though we're not out here doing like it. I'm not saying that somebody probably not, but as Tanakh only, we're not doing all this foolishness, spitting out a lot of foolishness all over the internet, YouTube, and everywhere that a lot of y'all are doing. We're not in people's faces, hollering and screaming at them and stuff, trying to force the Tanakh on them or trying to force a conversation on them. What's your nationality? All that stuff, man. Come on. We're not out here Tanakh. We ain't doing that. We don't do that. Hey, I don't think we're just trying to teach the Most High, y'all. Like, hey, just serve the Most High. Teach the commandments. Whoever want to listen, that's what we're trying to do. Verse number one, we're trying to especially us as right here. The Moreh David Israel and myself, Moreh Aria. I would think that's why, like I said again, y'all don't hear us go into no colorism. Not that we're trying to take up for any other nationalities or nothing like that, get them a pass. It's just the point of it that we ain't got time for that. We don't have time for that. We ain't wasting our time with that bull. Like I said, I've been into the Black Power community, wasted 2 years with that foolishness over there. Hell, they beating each other's tail. They ain't going out here fighting the Klan. They whooping each other's ass over there. Excuse my French. They too busy fighting each other. They supposed to be Black Power. They won't go out here and whoop the Klan, but they'll go out here if they disagree with me. They put hands on me, like they said in the church. They'll lay hands on me, but they ain't going out here messing with the Klan. So I spent too many years out there in that damn foolishness, that Black Power stuff. And I ain't got time. So beginning back to it, brothers and sisters, that what our true mission right here, even at Liberation Tabernacle of y'all, Liberation Tabernacle Ministry, would y'all really understand what Moreh David and myself would really about, and what we really be trying to push is to get our people back to righteousness. And what is righteousness? Following the commandments of the Most High, following his instructions. I'll just say following his teachings that he gave to Moshe, and following those teachings and instructions, and why should you follow? What's the benefit of following these teachings and instructions? Just like dietary laws, so you can live a healthy life. You eat the right foods, so you can try to have a healthy life, a healthy diet, and a healthy life. And this is why the Most High even gave his instructions and teachings, so you can have a prosperous and a live a proper life on this planet. That's why you remember they said this thing. Y'all remember they used to say the Bible mean basic instruction before leaving Earth. Y'all remember they used to say that. And any car, every car or certain things you buy, it comes with an operating. Let me get my words right, y'all. Operation manual, don't it? You buy a car, it has an operation manual on it. Tell you when you how often you, what type of oil you should put in your car, how often should change your oil, how to maintain your vehicle. So you can have that motor as long as you putting the maintaining it, putting the right oil in it, tuning it up. That motor will last a long time, as long as you ain't dogging it out. So that is the same thing with Moses. I mean, the Most High have given instructions for us as Israel, giving us instructions, which we call Torah, so we can maintain our vehicle, which is this physical body, by putting the right oils in it. The right oil is probably what you're drinking and juices and whatnot. Some people drink smoothies or whatever, and putting the proper things in your body to maintain your vehicle, which is your body and your mind. And because things, that you eat and all of that plays a major part, even with your mental. But the Most High had it all worked out. So this is why we have to follow these instructions to maintain our body, our physical body, our spiritual life while we here. Like I said, basic instruction before leaving Earth. Follow these instructions before we leave this earth. And even with that, that's why Yah says, if you don't, these things may happen to you. Because, it's like anything, your mother and father can give you instructions as a parent on how to live in society. I don't want you hanging with that crowd down the street. That's a bad crowd. Oh, mama, they cool. No, I don't want you hanging with them. I'm telling you now, them boys ain't nothing but trouble. Mama, they cool. They're my friend. All right now, hard head, make a soft behind. Guy, you keep hanging with them, you'll let black tail. And I'm just saying that, you'll let black behind, gonna be in some world of trouble now. I'm trying to tell you, quit hanging with them boys. All right, you sneaking, going, keep on hanging with them. Your mom and daddy don't told you what happened. One of them go do something stupid, go in the store and probably shoplift, and you don't even know they shoplifting, but you hanging with them. Next thing I know, you trying to go, they don't ran out the store, you get snatched up. You come here. Y'all, you hanging with them doing blah, blah, boy, y'all ain't still in at my store. Next thing I know, you gone, because we talk about maybe you'll leave youth or something. You go on to juvenile court, and even though you ain't got nothing in your pocket, but they seen all y'all in the store, they stole something. You gone, they gone. You going to juvenile for shoplifting. You in trouble now. What your mama gonna do? Now your parents come to get you, what they gonna say? Then I tell you about hanging with them damn boys. I told you about hanging with them badass children. Excuse my French, y'all. Hanging with them bad. I told you, but you was hard here. You didn't listen. It's the words of King James in that language. You did not hearken unto the voice of your mother and father. Like you didn't hearken or you didn't listen unto the voice of Abba Yah. When Abba Yah said, when you follow my instructions, when you follow my teachings and my example, these are, you will be the head, Deuteronomy. You will be the head and not the tail. You will be the lender and not the borrower. When we need loans today, brothers and sisters, who do we go and ask for loans to? Do we go to a black bank or Israelite bank and get loans when we need a car or we need money to get buy a house, business or something, need a business loan? Who are we going to get this something. We ain't going in the backyard digging this money up to get that. We got to go to who? We got to go to somebody else, right? We the borrower, not the lender. We ain't lending to nobody. We borrowing. And what do they say, man? We the last on the totem pole and everything. The black man, the last thing on the totem pole. Why though? Why? How did that become to be? When it was told that you should be the head and not the tail. How, we go through internet. We go through the internet, right? And especially YouTube, you can hear on several levels where you have brothers and sisters talking about our great history as just so-called black people, melanated people on this planet where we dominated. There was a book, I never read it, When Blacks Ruled the World. When Blacks Ruled the World. I hope I got that title right. How was it how did we lose this as black people? How did we ruled the world? We talk about we created all of this stuff. Whether people say we created the pyramids, we created in the the ziggurats in Mesopotamia, Babylon. We just was all over creating everything everywhere. We taught people mathematics. We taught them the true science, how to read this, to read the constellations and look out there and as they say, the Shemayim, the heavens, and glaze at the constellations, the different stars, and map out, where they need to go just by reading stuff. If we taught the world this, how did we lose it? What did we do? Because we were the head then, right? We were the head. How did we become to get to be the tail on the tail end? What do we do to be at the tail end? How? What did we do? We did something. And this is why the Moray and Moray myself, this is why we are always saying here at the tab, we can blame everybody else on this planet. We can blame, AKA, as y'all say, Esau. We don't get into that doctrine over here. We don't waste our time because hell, we too busy trying to get us right? So we don't get into all that Esau doctrine over here. But anyway, so if we say that we okay, I forgot where I was going, y'all. My bad. But if we're talking about Deuteronomy, I'm trying to get my Tanakh out and things. So we always talking about Deuteronomy. We talk about, well, what somebody did to us and what they put us in slavery, they put us in chains. And this is why the Moray and I and Liberation Tabernacle, what we always try to focus on. Okay, well, great thing. I was listening to a video. Man, I forgot who was this brother now, because I wanted to get a brother shout out who said this. Oh man, I forgot. It might be this brother name. Check this YouTube channel out. My brother on YouTube, the 12. Excellent. I like. His actual name is Doc Holliday. Yes, sir. He's a sports commentator, actually from Memphis, man. Doc Holliday, and shout out to Shabbat Shalom to a good brother. I was checking out, found his YouTube video the other day. Adonaiah 720. Check the brother YouTube thing out as well. He going in on some lot of great things. See, he was going in on the Yahweh ben Yahweh, and that information over there. They're like he's the Messiah. All these dudes want to be God in flesh. I always want to be God in flesh, starting for Rod Muhammad on down. But I ain't gonna get into that. But yeah, Adonaiah 720 on YouTube as well. But what I was going with, like the brother said, there was a brother who the video channel called the 12. Like he brother said, you blaming the belt. You blaming the belt, but not the person who's swinging the belt. You want to curse out the belt, but not the person
you right about that.
swinging that belt. And that's what they doing, they always blaming Esau, but Esau ain't nothing but the belt. The Most High is the one swinging Esau, letting Esau. And I'm gonna shut up and let you go ahead. I'm gonna find this. Well, always, what did the Most High say? It, I would give you over to the hands of your enemies. And that's the belt that the brother was talking about. But Yah is the one that is allowing this to happen to you, because he gave you a warning. He told you, if you don't do this, yeah, there's some people over here that don't like you. Yeah, they don't want to see you existing. They don't like they jealous of you. Because why? I chose you to be a special people unto myself, because I did that. I pick you. Well, y'all, they ain't mad at me. Because they know there ain't nothing they can do to me. I'm the Most High. They can't touch me. They can't see me. They wish, they can do something to me. But so what they can do is try to block you from putting out my message. So they don't like you, man. But anyway, but y'all know they don't like y'all. You see what they've been trying to do to you. But I've been stopping them from, laying hands on you. But I'm gonna tell you something. You keep on. You keep on not listening to what I'm trying to warn you to follow my instruction. If you don't follow my instruction, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna let them lay hands on you. And then maybe you're gonna listen to what I gotta say. Then you're gonna listen to my words. You're gonna follow my instruction. Keep on. I'm just talking like y'all, like a parent. We call him Abba. I'm just talking like a parent would talk. I had a son. Talk like I said. If you don't listen to me, boy, I tell you what, I'm gonna let the world teach you. So I'm gonna let your enemies show you, and then maybe you will listen to somebody. Then you're gonna be calling on me. But go ahead, Ark. I'm gonna let you get in. I'm gonna get these scriptures right back. Okay, okay. I thought you had coming in and say something right fast. Okay.
Hey, Kim.
Yes, sir. Got you there, brother. Loud and clear.
So what I was going to say earlier, you mentioned something. You said, if they created all this, why can't they get it back? That's a good question. Now, I say that not only, I said with the Israelite brothers and the Messianic brothers. Now, why can't Yahweh bring it back?
Uh-oh. I
want to ask this. But they said the same thing, how great Yahweh was.
Uh-oh, Dave.
If Yahweh is so great, how come he let them Romans kick his ass? How come he allowed the Romans to kill him? Most importantly, if Yahweh is so great, because he just like they say, oh, you so great, you this, you that. Just like we say, the Israelites did this, the Egyptians did this, some of the Kemetic brothers say. Well, how come Yahweh, if he was so great, how come he couldn't take himself off that cross? How come if he was so great, how come he let some Romans who y'all claim ain't had no power? How come he allowed them to go take him to the jail, lock him up, give him some vinegar to drink? Come on. Huh? That's all I gotta ask. I'm glad you asked that question. It's so great. How come Yahweh was so great? How come he couldn't take himself off that cross?
Things that make you go, They say.
He won't so great. He ain't no power.
Oh, and Chief. Now, oh, brother, you bringing up something, boy. You don't brought up something. Okay, let me read this. We got to come back to what you bring it up. Just for instance, sister brothers, let me screen share. We got to come back to what Chief brought up. So he don't brought out something, y'all. What do you say? Like Michael Jackson, he want to be starting something. Chief starting something today, right? He don't start this something. But right fast, we go look at this Dapper Ring. What we at, man? Let's look at Dapper Ring 7 and 28 and 7. It says, Yah, the scripture Bible, Yah calls your enemies who rise against you to be smitten before your eyes. But that ain't the one I want. Before your eyes. They came out against you one way and flee before you 7 ways. That ain't the one I want. I was looking for something else. Okay, that's the curses. I was looking at the one where where Yah says, I will cause your enemies to come and go. Okay, here we go. Now, what he was saying, he was going to bring your enemies up against you. But anyway, I'm gonna find that. I gotta come back. That's what I really would want to show. I gotta get that precept. But what you just said, man, because even this is what's so key to even understanding the this whole concept of the okay, here we go. Let me see. Dabarine 28 and 48 right fast. And you shall serve your enemy whom Yah sent against you in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness, Nicki Minaj's and all of them running around here naked, in nakedness and in need of all, and he shall put a yoke of iron around your neck. A lot of brothers will be reading it right there. But he said he should put it your enemy. But let me go to 43 right fast. Let's go look at 43 is the one I really want, because this is what I was talking about earlier. The sojourners or the foreigners, right, who is among you will rise higher and higher above you, but you will come down lower and lower. He shall lend to you, but you don't lend not to him. He's the head and you are the tail. So again, but when we look at all of this stuff, brothers and sisters, even from these verses, who's giving him permission? Who's giving him permission to do this? Y'all gave him permission, right? If y'all really believe this, now if y'all say y'all believe in the Torah or the Bible like you say you do, right? You will believe this. So like I said, like my brother said, why you mad at the belt instead of the person who's swinging the belt? Number one, you ought to be mad. You shouldn't even be mad at the person who's swinging the belt, because number one is because Yah told you. Let's go up here to we do up Deuteronomy 28 and 1. He says right here, it says, "It shall come to pass if," now I'm reading King James, "if thou have diligently, if thou have hearkened," I don't like that word, hearken, or diligently listen, unto the voice of Yah the Elohim, and observe to do all of these commandments which I command you this day, that Yah the Elohim, I will set thee on high above all the nations. And it's just the blessings, from Dabarim 1 through 15, talk about all these blessings. But then he told you, if you don't, verse 16 basically starts talking about the cursing. But it says right here, "But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not listen unto the voice of Yah the Elohim, and to observe all of his commandments and the statutes which I command you this day, all of these curses that come upon you." So Moses was telling you, hey, man, and check it out, y'all. It wasn't number 14 blessings, but it's a whole, bunch of doggone punishments that's going to come upon you. All you had to do was just listen and get them blessings, man. But you get more punishment than you did damn blessings. So I guess what they go with the numbers, Chief. I forgot this the numbers game. So a lot of our brothers and sisters, they wanted more of the curses or the punishment than they wanted, because they were looking at the numbers. They were looking at, it's more in this basket than it is in this basket. Ain't number 14 or 15, in this basket. I and getting your tail towed up. We've been in our tail towed up ever since. But I want to jump back onto something Chief brought up about this Yahweh shot thing. Now, my brothers who Israel, do y'all even understand what Mashiach, the duty or what a Mashiach was supposed to be about? Because y'all don't make this dude the superhero. Y'all have made a superhero. Now, again, if he said he came to save his people, according to Matthew, right? He came to say, what did he save them from? He couldn't say, because you remember, because they was under Roman occupation and everything. He didn't save them from the Romans. He didn't save them from the Romans, because and then because you look over who took over everything after that, the Romans. Let's go. I'm looking at something right here, Matthew 1 and 21. "And she shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name," they got Jesus, because I'm reading King James, "Jesus, for he shall save his people from their sins." Why okay, so he should. So how is there still sin in the earth today? How was this dude? I didn't know there was a duty of what the Mashiach was supposed to do. I didn't know there was a duty that the Mashiach was actually coming to do. I didn't know because let me screen share again. Let me go back to my screen share. Oh, pull some up. I got a PDF. I'm gonna pull up right fast because we didn't know that. We didn't know that's what was the duty of the Mashiach. That he's supposed to have been doing, coming dying for nobody's sins, and all of this type of stuff. Right now, here is something we know that a Mashiach. I don't want to get deeper. This is like 3 pages. We're gonna get too deep into this, but because what did he restore? I mean, because did he restore the nation of Israel back to the original Israelites? Because and then I asked this on a short YouTube video. I ain't gonna even share all of this. I ain't gonna even get into that. I need to make this another whole class dealing with the Mashiach, this breakdown. But okay, the point I was getting back to y'all, because I'm getting so discombobulated myself. I'm trying to pull up so many different stuff. But okay, when was this dude ever? Now they call him. They said he's our king. That's what they say, right? He's our king. How could Yahweh Shai been the king? Because a lot of brothers said Israel, right? When was he ever on the throne? Brother Chief, you got to help me out with that one, man. You a little bit older than I am. You probably a lot more wisdom than I have. You don't read a lot. I know you studied a lot, brother. Maybe you've been in this walk, this as an Israelite, studying it here more than I have. You've been in it longer than I have. As far as I've said, I acknowledge that I'm an Israelite, right, brother? What did Yahshua, Yahweh Shai ever sit on the throne as king, my brother? Because I might have missed that one, brother. I don't know. Did he ever sit on the throne as a king in order for our?
Hell no, he never sat on the throne.
So he never ruled in Judea or Judah or Yahudah as a king, brother?
Hell no, he never ruled.
So how are they calling him our king? I know we know King David or King David, King Solomon, King Hezekiah, and all of those. Even some of them wicked kings we know Israel. We know that we can pull up the name. We know that they rule as kings. So how is this dude our king though? And the trip part about it, what they be getting me with is when he coming back. When he come back. Hell, there ain't no prophecy said this Mashiach, which on Mashiach in Hebrew only mean the anointed one. What was this dude anointed to do? He's what you got. He's Rastaman. He's like a Jamaican. He got 15 jobs, man. This dude got 15 jobs, man. He's the high priest. He's the king. He's the sacrificial lamb, which we never sacrifice human beings, as which we wasn't supposed to. There was no problem that we had to sacrifice human beings as sin offerings. All of this type of stuff. But anyway, that's what I'm driven out with. Y'all say he's our king. He's the damn high priest. When was he ever in the temple as a servant, as a high priest? Because y'all take that as Melchizedek. And no Melchizedek, and no Melchizedek was not a Hebrew Israelite or Israelite. And that's what they're gonna say, because according to what's that, Hebrews, according to the book of Hebrews, that book don't nobody know who wrote it, supposed to have wrote it. According to that, it says Yahweh Shai, aka Jesus, has become a high priest after the order of Melchizedek. Okay, Melchizedek was, now according to some, it said that he was a Levite. I mean, not a Levite. I'm sorry, was a Canaanite. Because y'all have to know the history again. because when David took over that city, what we call Jerusalem, from the Jebusites. Is that right? Is that not right, y'all? The Jebusites. King David took that city from them, and Melchizedek was already supposed to have been a high priest before then. Now look, we're looking at Hebrews 7 and 7. Let me screen share again, y'all. Let me see, pull this back up. 7. I like to just put it up on the screen so y'all see and think I'm just ranting and raving and making out. So I'm just keeping it on the King James right now. And 7:11. If therefore perfection were by the Leviticus priesthood, see how they talking about whoever the hell it is, Paul, whoever, y'all see how they're talking about, they're talking against Tanakh and what Moshe, well, we're going to say what the Most High have set up, that he gave instructions. Because listen, they didn't do it on their own. We know when the Tanakh, we read that the Most High gave orders and commandments to Moses to set up this structure that was set up in Israel with the Leviticus priesthood and stuff. That most of them just didn't come up with that. Hey man, we want to come up with our own little group. We want to come up with our own thing. No, we said according to we believe tonight, it came through him. But listen what they're trying. How can they say it? If before perfection were by the Leviticus priesthood, like Paul be saying, Torah didn't make nothing perfect. Torah didn't make nothing perfect. Well, we know brother David, not David is not more David Israel, but I know he agreed with it too though. But David says in the book of Psalms and in the songs of praise that, hey man, the law is perfect. If it was perfect for that king, and he was king, he said, man, the law is perfect, restoring the soul. The law is perfect, which we say Torah, as they got law. I'm gonna keep it on as Hebrews, we would actually say that law, that Christian terminology, how they describe it. But it says the Tanakh is perfect, man. But Paul them teaching y'all the Tanakh didn't make nothing perfect. Then nothing come perfect till just Jesus came. Wait a minute, but he's supposed to have been teaching Tanakh, right? He's supposed to have been following. Look, listen, didn't somebody my brother say that? Well, he didn't come with nothing new. So if he didn't come with nothing new when he was teaching Tanakh, how was Tanakh not so perfect? Because if it was unperfect, why would he be following it? If it was unperfect, why is he following it? He had to come with something new then, right? Because he wasn't going to come with no corrupted book. He wasn't going to come with no corrupted teaching, right? But anyway, and why would y'all even, as I did another video, why would y'all be giving us something he knew we wouldn't? If he gave us commandment, he knew we wasn't going. He knew we weren't going to keep it. Some of them they try to teach something we couldn't keep. It was too hard for us to keep. Why would y'all give you something he know you can't keep, or you know you can't follow it, the guidelines? And then if y'all knew it wasn't perfect, it knew it wasn't right, but he gave it to you anyway. Come on, man. Look at the foolishness. But we say our Father in heaven, he's perfect, man. God is all knowing, all wise. He's perfect. But then he'll turn around and give you some instructions, as y'all say the law is not perfect. See how y'all, basically now I'm talking about to the Christians. See how y'all even contradict y'allself? Because y'all just, you say anything to try to solidify and give Jesus the dang on credit. But anyway, let's go back here. If therefore perfection were by the Leviticus priesthood, under it the people received the law, what further need was there for another priest should rise after the order of Melchizedek, and not to be called out the order of Aaron? Y'all see that? For the priesthood being changed, there is made a necessity, a change also of the law. You don't see this? Look how much they have gone in and tried their best, brothers and sisters, to make this dude, aka Yahweh Jesus, just throw away everything. Just throw away everything dealing with Tanakh and what Yah set up to try to say this dude here, he's the king. He's the high priest after the order of Melchizedek, or like Melchizedek.
Hey,
yes, sir.
can I say something?
Go ahead, brother.
That you know what they probably doing?
Mm-hmm.
They're probably doing like the Knights Templars did, because
Oh.
in masonry, the last house is the black house. The Knights Templars was killing in the name of this man called Jesus to try to push Christianity. So they probably got a lot of messianic stuff came from the last house of masonry, the Knights Templars. That's where the whole Christian construct religion come from. So they probably thinking about the order, Masonic order, because Jesus did die at 33, and the last degree in masonry for the Knights Templar is a 33rd degree. And when you were talking about human sacrifice, which we never did, the human sacrifice was masonry. Because in order for you to get your 33rd degree, you got to sacrifice somebody.
Oh. Uh-oh. That's it. You're going in there. Going in there. Yes, sir. Would y'all see this foolishness though,
So,
bro? Go ahead, brother.
The Knights of Malta. That's what they is. Knights of Malta, Knights Templar, the Knights of Columbus, all them same organization. They are all part of Trump, and all of AME Church, Richard Allen, all of the Bishop Henry McNeil Turner, all of them was financed by the Catholic Church. All of them.
Man.
All of them. So don't let them fool you. That's where they get it from. Get it from masonry. That's where they get it from.
Yes, sir. And even with this talking about Melchizedek again, because like I said, Jesus, they talk about this priest because Leviticus law, priesthood didn't make nothing perfect for the people. It says, what further need was there for another priest to arise after the order of Melchizedek? Well, Melchizedek he didn't have nothing to do with Israel. So if this Yahshua Jesus is a high priest after the order of Melchizedek, and which was a Canaanite. Where my encyclopedia go? My African Heritage Encyclopedia. Now, who was supposed to have been a Canaanite, right? Now, that's what some say. There was some different scholarly consensus on different things that people say about that. Because these Christians want to make believe, and that's something they want to say too. Well, Melchizedek, he didn't have no father, no mother. He don't have no birth record. Well, you know why? Y'all can't find a birth record on the man. Because hell, if he wasn't the Israelite, we don't know his damn birth certificate. Only if he was born. It's like somebody else who wasn't born in your nation and they ain't got, they not in, went to the like now we go to you born in a city in the States, you might go at the health department. Your records go down to the local health department. But hell, you ain't born here. You born somewhere in another country. We ain't got your records on file, and we won't have your record on file. We don't know who your dad. Yeah, we won't know who mother and father is. But anyway, now I'm gonna look at this some right fast. I'm gonna go back before I go back to the scriptures. Now this is my African Heritage Study Bible. I tell y'all which y'all get this was done by our brothers and sisters. It was work who was combined together. The brothers and sisters from I think it was from Dimona, the Israelite community from Dimona, and some Christian theologians. They got together and they put the work on. Y'all ever heard of the African Heritage Bible? And then they got the African Heritage Bible Encyclopedia, and Concordance. Excellent. It take away a lot of that Eurocentric jive. I'm gonna say it on that level. But he's talking about Melchizedek. They called the King of Righteousness, King of Salem, before it was captured by the Jebusites. It says the black grandson of Ham from which the city received the name Jerusalem. Salem was the city of peace, and its high priest was known as Melchizedek. Check it out, y'all. It says an Amorite descendant of the black Canaanite. Let me say that one more time. Dave, I think I might have read that wrong, Dave. So let me read that one more time. It says Melchizedek was known, or the high priest was known as Melchizedek, an Amorite descent of the black Canaanite. The high priest was a contemporary of Abraham when Abraham returned from the battle. He wasn't even a Canaanite. I mean, he wasn't not an Israelite. So y'all want to say, first of all, this Yahweh Shai, aka Jesus character. First, he had to come and be under the line of David to sit on the throne, which our brother Moray David Israel said from his study, research, and his understanding, which I hadn't found it either. And they just only, acknowledging what I hadn't found. Moray said, hell, he ain't seen nowhere either read where the man sat on the throne. So how he had to come from the line of
Never
David?
had.
Yeah, how did he come from the line of David to sit on the throne? As they say, supposed to have been prophecy that he's supposed to sit on the line of sit on David's throne, which at the time that he was born, they said Herod was king. And then from there, there was other Edomites. Now, according to certain things, they will say these Edomite kings were on the throne. So how in the hell is he the king? He never got the kingdom back.
If he was a king, if he a king, why the hell did some of his servants stop him from getting killed? Where the hell was his servants at?
Yeah, and why were you stoned?
Hell,
yeah, you
hanging. Go ahead, Farrakhan, the damn king of the nation of Islam, he got FOI to protect him. How come Jesus ain't had no FOI, no security around him? Every king's supposed to have somebody to protect him.
Yeah, they wasn't hanging no kings like that. They king go through some, but not like that. But yeah, that's some bull crap. And then we'll just finish off with this one right here. Hebrew. Now check this out, Jay. Now, how can our brothers go sit around here and read these books out of what they call the New Testament, brother, which is totally blasphemy. Well, I ain't gonna say blasphemy, which totally goes against Tanakh. Because check this out. I couldn't call myself an Israelite and then still, now if I wasn't still studied, like, okay, maybe if we didn't have Tanakh, you don't know no better. You ain't got nothing to compare it with. If you didn't have the Tanakh, which y'all call Old Testament, and all you had was those Gospels on down to Paul books or letters, epistles, and so you don't know, you ain't got nothing to compare it with. But I sit over here and I'm reading Tanakh because they'll go through some of them books, but not properly though, not contextually, get the context. So, but anyway, now because they always talk about we trying to keep the law. We got to keep the law. Paul taught the law. Paul wasn't teaching against the law. They teach this lie. So, but when you read Acts, the last part of Acts and all of that, when he was going on trial, because as they say, the so-called Jews brought him up on, charges and stuff because they saying he was teaching against the law. So I don't know what the James Brown they be talking about. They don't even know their own damn books that they talk about. But here's something, brother. I find that any so-called brother calling himself Israel, I don't give a damn, y'all miss it. There's no way you can read this and still claiming these damn so-called gospels. It says, Hebrews 7:19. I'm gonna read the King James. I'm gonna read some of the other ones that replaced that damn word law. For the law made nothing perfect. I'll stop there for a minute. Anyway, for a reason. I want y'all to sink that in. For the law made nothing perfect. But that goes against what David said again. What David said again, y'all, in Psalms? The law is perfect, restoring the soul. So I don't know. I don't know how he said it was perfect. Maybe it was just perfect for David, and but for this Hebrew writer, I don't know. It wasn't good enough for him. But anyway, it says, but bringing in a better hope did, by which we draw nigh to God. Now, this is what they're trying to say there. And it's kind of like what Paul was saying, that the Tanakh been made the old schoolmaster under that schoolmaster thing. Y'all know about the schoolmaster. We was under the law as our Torah was our schoolmaster, and to Jesus came, and now we're no longer under the schoolmaster. We under Christ teaching and all of this type of stuff. It's pure foolishness. Let me go back. Let me get to the Hallelujah scriptures. I mean, not to the scriptures, and y'all see what this says in here, right? It says for the Torah, perfect not, but bringing a better explanation. Explanation. Yeah, damn, I can get my words right, y'all. Y'all see how they do? I'm just giving y'all different things. I tell you what, let's read the easy read version. Let's read the easy read because we want to make sure we're not making a mistake and saying something, not getting to understand what we read. Let's do an easy read. And it says the law of Maisie. Excuse me. Y'all say, I know I'm tired, y'all. I said Maisie. The law, I guess we talking about Jesus' day. He messing with our tongue. He messing with my tongue, so I can't talk. Let me see. Go back right. It said the law of Moses could not make anything perfect, bruh. Damn, Dave. We got to get rid of these Torahs, Dave. We got to become messianic, brother, and follow Jesus, man. We're in the wrong thing, Dave. We got to go join Israel United in Christ. We got to join ISBK. We need to go join Gathering of Christ Church. We need to go join because, bruh, we following wrong, Dave, according to this, because we talking about we following Torah, which they said the law. It said the law of Moses could not make anything perfect, Dave. So that means, bro, we ain't gonna never get right, man. We gotta believe in Jesus, bro.
Damn. We'll have to throw all this shit away then. Ain't that something?
I don't pay all this money.
Maybe we gotta go follow mine.
Something, bro.
And cause mine got the 42 laws.
Yeah. No, you got no law in it. No, you can't even follow mine because you can't have none with no law, bro. Because you remember that Paul don't be talking about again. They teach against the law, so you can't even follow mine. You just gotta believe in the blood, bro. That's what's gonna save you, Dave. You gotta believe in the blood.
The blood. What is
Jesus?
Jesus? Well, we gotta make sure we gotta test Jesus' blood because we don't want him to, believe in nobody. He ain't got no AIDS or nothing like that because hell, we got plenty of people, black folk with blood around here, but
Yep. And remember, Galatians 3:24. Remember 3:24, because now we already just seen what Hebrews said that, right? Now, like I said again, y'all, how in the hell y'all so-called messianic teaching that Paul them didn't teach against the law or teach against Torah? Here's Galatians 3:24. Please, y'all filibuster and make up some stuff to explain this one. Wherefore the law was our schoolmaster to bring us unto Christ. So wait a minute. I'm going to stop right there just for a minute. Now, let me go and finish reading it. Wherefore the law was our schoolmaster to bring us unto Christ, that we might be justified by faith. But after faith came, we are no longer under the schoolmaster, which is the Torah or the Tanakh. Y'all think I'm making it up saying that's the Tanakh? I get y'all here from this. I always got to get y'all a different version. The Scripture Bible says, therefore the Torah became our trainer unto the Messiah in order to be declared right by belief. Now, when I'm reading all of these Bibles I have, whether they supposed to be what they call them sacred name Bibles or restoring the name Bible, they're still so-called messianic Bibles. Even when I got this complete Jewish Bible, it's a messianic Bible. So still again, they believe in Yahweh Shai and all of this. Well, they say Yahshua or whatnot, or Yehoshua or whatever. But still, again, these are supposed to be restored names, but they supposed to be restored in, the Most High name. And as they say, Yahshua to the Hebrew name, just the Hebrew part in it. You still will see, they give you the context of what they have, and instead of law, they put Torah right there. And we know what Torah actually means, not just law. Really don't just mean law. What again, y'all, it mean? Teaching and instruction. So it says, therefore, the teachings or the Tanakh or the Torah became our trainer unto, as they say, Jesus or Messiah, in order to be declared right by belief. After belief have came, we're no longer under the trainer. So wait a minute. So didn't nobody in the Tanakh believe in anything? They didn't believe. There was no such thing as a belief, or they say faith, until Jesus came. They knew. They just knew everything. They didn't believe. They knew for sure. They just followed the Tanakh blindly. They didn't believe these things in the Tanakh. Damn, they said after belief came, we no longer need the Tanakh. That's why I said all we got to do is believe. That's all we got to do is just believe that Jesus died for our sins and believe that he is the Son of God. That's what they teach. That's what they teach. You ain't got to follow no law. You ain't got to follow no instructions. The Most High, none of that. And that's why even our Messianic brothers and sisters out there be talking about Yahweh Shaddai. I sometimes be listening to them class of chief, and I be listening to them about certain things. They be talking about current events sometime, and I be liking what they be saying sometime, right, on current events. But as soon as they get to saying something about, they get into like having a discussion and said Jesus died for our sins. Oh, damn. I said I might have well turned on Creflo Dollar or TD Jakes or something. It's the same damn doctrine. And they be or they'll be talking against Christians and how Christians not understanding the Bible, and they'll turn around and say that same foolishness. Yeah, Yahweh died for our sins. And I'm like, damn. Yo, man, I tell you, brother, I don't know. So we gonna I forgot what this topic is supposed to be tonight, Dave. I forgot all about what the topic is tonight. Here, let's see, y'all. Israelites of today, rebellious and disobedient, like the Israelites of ancient time. I would say, heck yeah. We've forgotten the way. They gotten away. Just like the northern kingdoms, we gotten away from Tanakh, or just say Torah. We gotten away from the laws of Yah, even gotten away from the name of the Most High. Saying they got away from the Most High name because we saying Most High in Christ. So that's
terrible.
Go ahead, my brother. It was something I was gonna ask you to, but
that's terrible. Most High in Christ and Yeshua and Yahweh.
And brother, I know you. We know because you said it, and I did too. You practice Islam. You practice the religion of Islam, and Islam. Is there something? What I'm just saying like there. What is shirk, brother? You remember that name? What is shirk in Islam?
Shirk ain't that when you praise something other than Allah?
Oh man, there you just won the $1 billion jackpot. Yes, sir. Remember they said shirk is subscribing partners to the Most High, Allah. Yep, as they say Most High, we didn't know Arabic. That's what they say. That is subscribing, subscribing or giving praise or adding on, saying by, like they say in Christianity, and this is what they came with, that Jesus is the Son of God, or saying baptize in the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. And you're saying, so they saying he has no partners. That's why in Islam, we just say he beget, nor is he begotten, and there's none unto like him. So that was shirk. So these brothers, we'll still throw it out, they're committing shirk. And even in Islam, no better than that. So in Islam, that's why even where it does in Islam, that's why Islam went against the Christians on that. And they even said that the Jews changed their book. But so that is that they know better than that than subscribing, whether we deal with really just mess with Islam, but at least they have damn sense enough to know you don't subscribe no partner to the Most High. And they don't took all credit from the Most High Day by saying, now let me ask you that, bro, because I said it earlier, because I don't want to, maybe I misheard or misheard it wrong. Have you ever heard them say that Jesus or Yahweh Shah was the one who created everything in the heavens and the earth? He was the one in the body sheep creating everything.
I've heard that too. I heard them say that Yahweh Shah was going to be the one going to end everything.
He was going to end everything.
Yeah, he was going to be the one that's going to end this, come back in the world and come through the clouds and kill Edom and he, I guess he was one in Obadiah that's going to destroy the Edomites and all that. I've heard this stuff too.
Wow. Now, how they get all of that out of the how did they pull all of that out of the Hebrew understanding of Mashiach, the anointed one? How did they get all of that out of there? What the Mashiach's supposed to do? How they get all of this stuff they're ascribing to this one dude, man? This dude better than Captain America. He badger than all of them. What was the Legion of Doom?
He better than Shaft and Dolomite. It's just they pimps. People pimps. Yeah. That got scriptures out there.
That dude cold, bro. But and like they said, man, sometimes like the people who don't subscribe to the Bible or something, and I would say they said, man, hey man, belief is a bad mother sucker. And it truly, and you notice in Israel, even though we talk about it like our ancient ancestors, they did some disagreeable stuff and they went off the track. But notice, y'all, if y'all pay attention to it, pay attention to this. None of this stuff that they're like ascribing, that we're seeing humans dying for your sins, and all of this other stuff we're saying that they are subscribing to you. How Shah is saying that he's supposed to. You notice before they start dealing with the Romans and things of that nature, we wasn't doing that. I'm talking about what y'all say in the New Testament, because see, that's how because this is how they thought in Greek and Roman. That's why some people say, man, that Jesus is a Roman character. He's a figment of the Romans' imagination than the Greek imagination.
He's a cartoon.
Yeah.
That's why they always drawing cartoons of your house. Go look up. They draw cartoons of your house. Oh yeah, Jesus. Go look it up.
Yep.
They draw.
And you're following Roman Gentile. That's why we say y'all are Gentile. Y'all are really basically because y'all are following Gentile customs or their belief. You're following their God when you're following this Jesus character. They're Greek. You're following their God because they came up with it. That's why Constantine, saying he's so-called converted to Christianity, because they knew it was just a mikpah. They worship any dang on thing in Rome. They had no problem with it. And, I've even read some things they were talking about the Israelites who was Hellenized. They liked a lot of that Hellenistic stuff they got into. And we know some of this will start being a proselyte, as they say, a proselyte Jews or other Europeans who started converting, as they say, to our customs, our way of life, and our spiritual systems. But they started getting all this, believing in Greek philosophy and even believing in some of their gods and all of this stuff. Or they say they mighty one of their gods. But all of this New Testament, again, is we probably have to get deeper into this. Y'all are looking at some real, not Israelites. Those were not so-called. Well, we would say as Moray, Dave, and I probably say black Israelites that y'all are talking about. So that whole thing changed up. As they call the intermediate, as we talked about last show, the intertestamental period, at 500 and so period, when y'all start we started talking about, we're supposed to be mentioning it today, the Apocrypha. And probably we're supposed to we can get out of here. Okay, I'm back. The Apocrypha. So we're looking at that. Yeah, what's your thoughts on the Apocrypha, Dave? I just throw that in. I'm gonna ask you that, brother.
All right, so the Apocrypha. My thoughts on the Apocrypha is, okay, now it was written by Greeks, right? It's supposed to be in the middle of the Bible. Now, when we're looking at the book called Bible, the word Bible means books. If we wanted to, we could put the book of Enoch inside the Bible. But see, as they say, Deuteronomy 4:2, do not add on. So when we talk about adding on books, that's something that I want to put out there. Now, if you accept Revelations as a messianic Hebrew, you might as well put the Apocrypha next to it. But I'm going to tell you something. As an old non-messianic Jew, I would say the Apocrypha has a lot of hidden truth in it. Now, I will read the Apocrypha before I read Revelations. Because really, the Revelations is really supposed to be in the Apocrypha. A lot of people don't want to go there with that.
Damn. I read that the other day. I sure read what you just said the other day. But go ahead.
So we will get into that, because I'm gonna tell you something. I will tell you something. Before Matthew, Mark, Luke, and all those books, it was Apocrypha. So, but we're going to have to get into that. But I will tell you, as a non-Messianic Hebrew, the Apocrypha is supposed to be a part of the New Testament, it's supposed to be in the middle of the book. I would say that's supposed to be before Revelation. That's supposed to be what Revelation is supposed to be copied off of. Because John, the Revelator, is the one that wrote. John the Baptist, Jesus' cousin, is the one that wrote Revelation.
Yes, sir.
When we're looking at the New Testament, all those books up until Acts and Jesus, all that was written by John, Luke, Mark. All these people was written by people that Jesus knew. But they had different accounts. So when we're looking at the Apocrypha, it has what the New Testament is supposed to be have. But like I said, we're going to get into that. We'll get into that, because I do read and I do accept that there is a lot of truth that white folks hid in the Apocrypha, but I would not accept it as a book of Torah, though. But just like we breaking down the New Testament, we will break down the Apocrypha too.
Yes, sir. Well, accepted as yeah. Because I think now I'm not sure when, because I was trying to look that up and go deep into that about even when the Tanakh was canonized. Was it canonized before the so-called Apocrypha? Even before that history had happened, so-called happened, was the Tanakh already canonized? But I didn't find everything that I was looking for on that understanding. And also too, brother, like what you're saying is with that, because we look at it, because this is real interesting that I've been finding this history, even by reading. I can show you. I forgot I'm on camera. This book that I've been telling y'all that I got. You can check it out on eBay and things of this nature. Let me see so I can show y'all the brother's name.
Yeah, it's called the Original African Heritage Study Bible, Encyclopedia Concordance. Yeah, great, compiled by James W. Peoples, PhD. Great information. But even in this one now, like I said again, when y'all read this and understand, said this was also help in doing a lot of research with even with Israelites who helped to do a lot of this thing with the African Heritage Bible and this encyclopedia, right? But as I was looking at some, brother, I was looking up the Hasmoneans, the Maccabees. Even with the Maccabees, they were saying that they were actually the the Hasmonean dynasty. And I was finding, I'm trying to look it back up, and I was talking about this last week. They were actually what we would call Europeans. Europeans. And in that history, they talk about John Maccabees. People be talking about what I hope I'm saying it right. John Maccabees, Jonathan Maccabees, and all of these people like that. You know, talk about the Maccabees, and we got some brothers out here call themselves Maccabees. Yeah, the Maccabees. You know, but now according to what's this history in this book, done by African. I ain't gonna say African. Our black scholars and things who's trying to get away from European or Eurocentric, as they say, thought and history, how they try to tell us stuff. Um, so these people were, and this is why I was saying you do see a lot of the history when you look it up and try to look this up and stuff and find it. You will start seeing the differences, how things change. Like even you'll see today in Israel, they don't use the word Israelite. And notice how even in that so-called New Testament, they don't use the word Israelite. Why did they stop using the word Israelite? But all throughout Tanakh, you see the word Israelite, 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 Israelite. Just so happen when you jump over to that New Testament, it's like Jew, 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 Jew. What happened to Israel? And even when y'all see over there today, they ain't y'all see them calling themselves Israelites. What do they say? Jew or Israeli? Israelis. Now we even know the word Israel is it's a modern term in itself because it's not actually ancient Hebrew or whatnot. We might say different things. So some of us who use it, like Shawan Gaddafi might say Yasha Allah. I've seen some people say Yasha all and different things, Israel, but not Israel, different things. But we see a difference, a change. This is what, brothers, we need to start really looking at this whole thing when it comes to that, like I said, that from Tanakh and what they call the intertestamental period. And when we start getting into that with the Greeks and the Maccabees and things of this nature. I'm trying to find it because I've looking at this yesterday. I mean, the last week, and I mentioned this because I'm looking at the word Hasmonean, right? Y'all probably can't see this too much as a note. This camera won't focus enough for that. I look at the word Hasmonean, and it's long, so I can't probably read all of it. But it says Hasmonean, the name of the Maccabean dynasty, which governed Judea from the time of the Greek Maccabees revolt until the Roman conquest in 63 before the Common Era, according to Josephus, Flavor's Josephus. And I say according to him now. It's like again hearsay type thing. But I want to drop down. It says, although the names refer to the whole dynasty, it is restricted to the head of the people from 135, as they say, BC to 2063 BC. While the name Maccabees is reserved for Judas Maccabees, and Jonathan and Simeon, son of Mattathias, the history of the entire Jewish people is better known from the work of Flavorus Josephus. Then from the book of the first and second Maccabees. The Maccabees were a group of brothers who were actually from the house of the Maccabees, a form this is the part I want y'all to hear now. Check this out. A form of converted Greek Jews who were I don't know, my bad, y'all. I paused it on y'all, didn't it? My bad. Okay, let me go back.
Let me stop clowning around. A form of converted Greek Jews who were white. Huh? That's what it says now. I'm not a historian here. I'm just reading what it says. I don't know. I'm just reading what it says from our black. We always want to say black. Well, this is from your black family who did this, not I. I didn't write this, y'all. My name ain't nowhere on here. Moray David Israel. I don't think his name on here either. I don't think he had nothing to do with this either. This is y'all know, and this is from some Christian theologians, along with some Hebrews that did this here, but primarily Christian theologians who did this. Wonder what they knew, but I don't. And it's funny, like all these one Westerners, they should be reading out of this book because they all talk about Esau the devil, Esau the white man, and so on. They should be going in here pulling their a lot of research out. Just if this all about the black, they should be going in here pulling this research out and showing this themselves. So, and I was going back into this Maccabees for a point, for a reason, right fast. And one thing it says that they were converted Greek Jews who were white. Now we know a lot of things would happen with the Maccabean, and a lot of us, we know that history. It started making me thinking, Brother Dave, because I know I've seen some congregation, Tanakh only congregation, they don't observe Hanukkah Day, and it made me think, I wonder today why they don't. I wish I could ask them now why they don't observe Hanukkah. And I'm like, is it that because they knew that the Maccabees wasn't real Israelites? And it's like, okay, they not real. It's like them the Europeans. That ain't got nothing to really do with us. That was the converts. So I don't mess this. I'm really, I promise you that I was thinking about that earlier this week about that. I was like, damn. I said, that's something to really just dig into, to really just look. So are we supposed to be now, there's a tradition we supposed to be keeping because of these Greeks, these Jews, these Greek Jews, who is it say here were white? Or do we say these converted Greeks who start calling themselves Jews? So should we be keeping Hanukkah as blacks, Israelites, or there's something only they should be keeping?
I mean, I observe Hanukkah. I've always had, because when it comes time for us, we was destroyed. Our land and everything was destroyed. So that's us. That one white Jewish people don't go back that far. They don't. That's us. That's us. We are the real Jews. And one thing about it, that is us. That's us. That's our holiday. And you got a lot of these congregations that don't observe Hanukkah. Tanakh means to dedicate. Now, when you talk about Hanukkah, the feast of dedication, dedicating and rebuilding the temples. We better dedicate it. But dedicate our time. This is rebuilding the temple. What we're doing, we are rebuilding the temple. And so I observe Hanukkah. These other congregations, a lot of them, they don't. And what I do, I observe it.
I mean, let me see, make sure I'm looking at something totally different. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, okay, I'm just saying from, I know what you're talking about rebuild. I know you most of it rededicating your temple to the Most High Yah. But we talking about the temple that happened with the Maccabees. Because you know how people they get into the black and white game, right? See these Edomites and this so and so, and you know how they get into that. Well, the Edomites, you know, we ain't got nothing to do with that. You know, them the Jews, you know, we ain't got nothing to do with that. Like, okay, just say for instance, bro, because they say they're saying that even with Tanakh only people like us, y'all got that from the white man. Because we got that from the white Jews. We falling out to the white Jews. So I'm like, wait a minute. Oh, love that. But so we followed out the white Jews because we Tanakh only, which was way before the European. But now all this Yahweh stuff, y'all ain't getting that from the so-called European. They don't get that from the European, but we do though, bro, because we follow Tanakh only. Go ahead, Doc.
I mean, even then, even then, you know, with them, see, for their thing is, Yahweh shall will be black. But then they quote Paul, who Christians, and his teacher was white. They don't say nothing about that. They always talk about all the other stuff, but then all the books in the New Testament was written by white people, you know. Those all written in Greece, Ephesians, Corinthians. These were all churches in Europe. You know, so yeah, they all screwed up.
Yes, sir.
They all screwed up. They follow, hell, even with that story, hell, Yahushua was killed on the cross. That's really Rosewood. That's really the story of Rosewood about how the black people was lynched. You know, so they praising lynched black man, so they ain't no different than the people who laughed at Emmett Till getting killed.
Damn. Yes, sir. And here's something I'm going back into this book again. It was talking about Judas Maccabees. I'm about to do some just real go into this and put some notes together and just go in here and just do a whole class on this one by itself. And just for the thought, just for the thought. I ain't tell nobody, you got to stop doing this. Just for the thought, because it came to my mind. I thought about it. And just for the thought. It matters. Now, it would matter if you, and only it would matter if you stopped celebrating Hanukkah or something. If you were just on the black and white tip, really just on this black and white tip, I would say that. You're like, man, the hell with you got, because like, how, brother, man, the hell with Esau and so, all the white men, all of them, they label Esau. If you got that real light skin, they call pale skin, you Esau, But anyway, so it would matter then, I guess. But I might not go there. But I just want to bring out some of this history about some of this that they don't even touch on too, and look at some of this history. But here's something that the brother was putting out. He says, the Maccabee. Well, I'm trying to go back up here. It talked about Judas Maccabee, who we were. I'm just going to skip to because I want to go too much of this long history on it. It said, but the Maccabees fought the Greeks during the 400 silent years that Israel, Palestine, was under Hellenistic rule. It says they were white Jews who had come into Palestine more than 700 years before the birth of Christ. Now, because remember, I told y'all this was Christian. These are Christians too who doing this, right? But it says the original black Ethiopian Jews of today do not recognize these people as being Jews. For this reason, they do not retain the holy days instituted by them, such as Hanukkah. So even again, that's what I remember. I brought that up. That's why I asked that before I even really read this. It gave me something to research tonight when I get off the show. Again, when I was saying about it, this is why some of these congregations don't even even in America, some of these Tanakh only, they don't recognize Hanukkah because these converted Jews who were the Maccabees, and they're like, hey, they ain't original Jews. I ain't got nothing to do with that. That ain't had nothing to do with us. So this is something to even think about, just look at, you don't have to, it ain't got nobody out there. But it's interesting that it said that the original Ethiopian Yuhadim, or they said Jews today don't even recognize these people who were the Maccabees and things of this nature, because they said they was not the original Jews. And that's why they don't celebrate them those days that was instituted by them, such as Hanukkah. Interesting. I need to look that up. I'm keep that right there, because I'm going to look that up when I get off of here and go more into reaching there, because I never know that. But that's interesting, because it did now, because I was thinking that, so seeing that already, okay, so that my wheels really spinning, because I was wondering just about like the Hanukkah thing and learning, because I never knew that either. I ain't know, because I really wouldn't, you ain't never been taught this in church and none of this stuff about like I said, Apocrypha and all of this Maccabean, and so, but it is, I don't know, but I noticed, like, when I even look at some of these European congregations who's so-called Jews and Tanakh only, whatever, I don't never hear them mention nothing about Tanakh. I mean, not Tanakh, Apocrypha. I don't hear them maybe talk about Apocrypha or none of that stuff either. Most of I hear Apocrypha being read on and maybe taught on in the street is mostly from Messianic congregations. They'll read it, and so as part of, like, like they read the rest of the King James version. Like I said, is there's something I like all wisdom. So they got Sirach. Then I like, I like the wisdom part. But like you said, the Maccabees and things of that nature, that could be some history. Like I said, we don't go in and just teach on it or nothing like that. But like I said, it could be some history. Like I said, people, like you said every day, some people saying the book of Enoch, and it was something I want to get in. I thought about, I was thinking about too. We ain't got to get into this, but I was thinking about too, because people say, well, I don't read those books because they're not part of canon. They're not part of the canonization. And I was just thinking about something. I was like, okay, who's the one who I mean, just say if it was the Europeans who Jews or who not, after our ancestors wrote all of this history and wrote down the scrolls, and now we got Europeans who supposed to came along, and it's just like, the Christian thing, what they call the different councils of Trent and Nicene Council, all of this, and they like, well, we're gonna canonize these books and this, that, and another, because all of those books you see in the so-called Gospels wasn't there in the original Gospels at first. Then later, because that's why you got so-called lost books of the Bible, which is so-called New Testament verses and stuff and things just thrown over there. Because, okay, who to say? And now we do this here. People like, we'll do it. All of us, we do it. Well, I don't read these books because it's not a part of the original canon. But at that time, who the hell gave them authority if just the Europeans were putting it together? Who the hell gave them the damn authority to say what is authentic? This is authentic. This is unauthentic. If they weren't even original writers, if so-called us as black was the ones who writing, our ancestors was writing it, then they just came along with, we're not gonna put that in there. No, we'll put that in there. We'll put this in there. And now we'll come along, now it's been compiled together and say, I don't read that. No, the book of Enoch, no, I don't read that, man. Because why you don't read it? It's not a part of the original canon. I only read what's the 66 books in the book of King James. So because somebody don't put this in there and told you this is the word of God, they cannot, but they'll tell you, well, we rejected those books as being authentic. How you know it might not? Just because he rejected, how you know it don't have some validity to it? How you know it ain't no truth to it? He just rejected it. It's just the same way, again, because you saw like the Apocrypha, the 66, the Bible that most people run around here with now, that Protestant Bible, and they'll call it that, the Protestant Bible with those 66 books in it. That's the Protestant Bible. But they get like, and there's a King James. You have a King James, right? So you can have a same King James, but it only has 66 books. But this why the camps go back and tell you, get to 1611 because it came with the Apocrypha. It came with the Apocrypha because that was before the Protestants started like, take that out of there. Take them books out. We don't recognize them. Even King James, you know, they say King James was the problem, but like these people took them out. Like, hell no, we don't recognize that. Throw that out. But the Catholic, excuse me, you can get a Catholic Bible. You get a Catholic Bible, and it'll have Apocrypha in it, and damn near some more books too. I ain't got my other book in front of me to show you the timeline on a lot of this stuff. It'll have like 80 some books in it. So it's like certain books. If you're a Catholic, you will have damn near 80 books or more, and then some of them. Let me see what my book is right fast. Let me excuse me, fam. Let me jump over here and grab this book right fast. Gotta grab this right fast and show you how some of these books are. So it's like this. It'd be crazy because it all depends on what your philosophy, what you truly, I said, damn it, what you believe in. Where is that page? Trying to get this here, sisters and brothers, to get this, will show this page. I had a book with the breakdown on showing these different books. I don't know where it is now. Damn, I had it because I had a page that'll show the different books. Oh, here we go. Okay. Now we have the Hebrew Bible, right? What they call the Hebrew Bible, which is on the 39. No, I should have showed y'all this. And I got this somewhere at a Bible bookstore, one of these places. Dave, I think you said you had it. The Rose Books of Bible Charts, Maps, and Timeline. Yeah, Rose Book of Bible Charts, Maps, and Timelines. And it has some stuff in here. And I'm going to show y'all what I'm going to show y'all right fast. And this the comparison of the Old Testament canon that it has. It's a Catholic, Orthodox, Protestant Bibles all contain the same 27 New Testament books. All right. And y'all see up there on the top, I'm trying to look at it backwards, the Hebrew Bible, the Roman Catholic, the Greek Orthodox, and the Protestant, right? Now, and I kind of wrote them down a little bit. I don't know if y'all can see this on the camera. The Hebrew Bible, as they say, the Hebrew Bible contains 39 books. Now, the Roman Catholic Bible, now this is supposed to be what they call the Old Testament, right? I'm going to use that terminology, Old Testament, which I hate using it. The Old Testament Bible, from as far as the Catholic standard, has 73 books. 73, right? Let me make sure I'm saying that right. No, I'll take that back. I added that on there. They have 46. I was counting 27 in the New Testament too. And then you have the Greek Orthodox has 51 books of the Old Testament, what they call the Old Testament. And then you have the Catholics, you know, the Protestant only had a 39. So they had the same 39. The Protestant had the same 39 as the Hebrew Bible. But the Roman Catholic has 46. They have 46 in their canon of the Old Testament, called Old Testament. The Orthodox Greek, see, they got a lot of them. They got 51. So in all, you have the Old Testament, the Hebrew, you got 39. Then the Greek, you got 73. According to you count the King James, you got 73. And then you got over here, the Greeks got like 78. Some say 80 sometimes in the Greek Orthodox. So when you're talking about, well, this book is not, they ain't canonized. I don't read it because this can't. It depends on, I guess, like I said, your faith walk. You're Catholic, you got more than everybody else. So they look at certain books that's as being authorized or because it's canonized in theirs, which somebody else over here might like, I don't recognize them goddamn books because it's not canonized. And some people would do that. Like I said, that's why some brothers like, well, I don't mess with the goddamn book of Enoch. I don't mess with this so-and-so book. I don't mess, because we're the Bible we have has already been put together for us by somebody back in time. And they just looked at it and said, well, we look at this book as being authentic. I might not then like you. I'm just using my brother, me and Dave right fast. I'd probably like, man, I don't like it. Damn, Dave. I ain't finna put this man Dave book in here, man. Put that over on the side. Don't put that in there. Hey, go and put his book over in there. Put it in there. And they have all the information in it and the facts in there. But we just decided we don't want to use Dave's books. We don't want his books in our stuff. Says lost somewhere. Says the lost books of the Bible. Now his book become the lost book of the Bible. And ain't nobody going to read it because they're going to say it's lost because your church and everybody else told you it ain't canonized. Now, I'm going to say this for the record. I'm not telling nobody to go out and they have to read none of these other books. I'm just throwing out something about how, just my mind when I was thinking. Now, how all of this, it's like we have stuff today and we'll say, just thought, y'all. I don't read it because it ain't been, the scholars before us didn't see it as authentic to put it in there. And most of these, we look at the timeline of who actually canonized it, and it wasn't our people. It wasn't our people who was canonized. Yeah, our ancestors wrote it on scrolls and tablets back then, but they weren't the ones who, according to the research I've seen, y'all have read it, been finding. They were the one who canonized and said, okay, this is. Put that in there. Boop, boop. Nope, we don't want that. Throw that in. Put that over there. Boop. That's not authentic. And how we'll say, how the hell you trust your damn enemy with your information? But anyway, y'all, that's enough of that. But that's why I say, man, you have to. That's why they always tell you have to pray and ask the Most High for guidance and let the Most High guide you and give you that wisdom and knowledge and understanding to understand and really to teach you. It's like Christians going to these cemetery schools, what they call seminary schools, to be taught how to read the Bibles and being misguided with and giving these people a false doctrine instead of asking the Most High to really just show me, help me to understand your word, help me to better understand what you want me to do, how you want me to understand this so I can better share it with other people that are asking the Most High. Because if we say that these are the Most High words, who's best to ask? Because we say, man, well, the Most High spoke this in the Bible. The Most High gave this inspiration to the prophet. Well, if he gave it to them, he's not. Most High ain't lost his ability to communicate with us. But I forgot, you got to talk to Jesus first. No, Most High said it. What was it? Second Chronicles says, if my people are called by my name, will humble themselves and, seek my face, just seek him, ask the Most High. He said, if you just call on the Most High and ask the Most High, ask Yah, he got you. Remember when I first started getting into I was locked up once, and the only thing I was asked the brother, I wasn't even in the Bible or nothing then. I ain't care nothing about the Most High, no about nothing. I just cared about getting in them streets doing dirt. So I asked the brother, hey, man, you got something to read, man? All I got is a Bible. I'm like, man, I read that. I ain't got nothing else. But the brother told me, I started reading it, and I read the first night. I read a couple of things. Then the second night, he's like, listen, young brother, it's old head, kind of old head. He said, man, before you start reading the Bible, he said, man, always, anytime before you start reading it, always ask the Most High. He didn't say Most High though, but he said God. Always ask the Most High to give you knowledge, wisdom, and understanding so you can understand his word. He said, always do that before you even open up the Bible. Pray and ask him to give you the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding so you can understand his word. Because, we can teach you, we can say anything on here, not just us, anybody can teach you anything, but you need the Most High to give you that understanding. And that's how a lot of our brothers, we go out and we listen to other people, and we see a lot of things even have with these camps. They just regurgitate stuff because it sounds good to the ear. Like things said that Paul told them people, I think it was Paul, whoever it was, Peter, one of them, said people have itching ears. It sounds good because it fit their believe or what they want to believe. Most of it is because what they want to believe anyway. Right. always study it and research and find that truth, get that understanding. Because you can read one thing and get the Most High give it all should be the same, but you will get an understanding. I read something, and it might be we still be on the same page. You'll get the truth, but I might get a deeper understanding. Not saying I'm getting something better than you, but it'd be something I'm really going through, and that verse or that scripture really bring this out for me. It ain't changing the truth, changing it, but it really brings out something that I'm going through in my life. The Most High, go to that right there, bam, right here. This is what you're going through right here. Like, wow, show here, sure enough, Most High. But you have to do that. So it's not that all respect to religious teachers and who's out here trying to teach the Torah and teach the truth. But still, y'all, as students, still study the information for yourself, because you could find the information to add on what that teacher said. Not that not to say what he's teaching truth. Some of them you can we know a lot of these people teaching bull crap. They teaching some false doctrine, but you could find some information that go deeper than what that teacher was actually were able to teach you in the class, right? You can find that leads you on a path way deeper what they was actually able to teach you in the class. So study, man, behind this, but study behind them. Don't just write down verses and then go out and regurgitate what the hell somebody don't told you. Ask the Most High first to be your teacher. That's to his first and foremost, because who was Moses' teacher? All right.
Hey,
yes, sir. We'll go ahead.
Hey,
you can close it out.
I'm gonna just say Shabbat Shalom. I go and get up out of here. I gotta go to work early in the morning. So, but like I said, I'm gonna say Shabbat Shalom. I'm gonna let the Morel react. Let them finish y'all off for the night. But I go get out of here. I go put on my little CPAP machine.
Yes, sir. Yeah, well, I'm gonna close it on out anyway, Art. So you want to close it out with prayer or anything, you go ahead and close it on out, Art.
I'll just say, I like to say, thank you, Yah, Elohim, for everything, and I like to say thanks. So on behalf of Liberation Chapter Ministry, I'd like to thank everybody for coming out, hearing us out, hearing us. And like I said, I'm gonna have a show for tomorrow, a lesson tomorrow evening. I'm gonna upload for you all, and like I said, we got to get back on track, because like I said, the way this devil is doing. The way that, and I ain't talking about just Esau, I ain't talking about just no white folks. I know y'all won't get out of that doctrine too. But white, there ain't just white devils. There's devils in every shape and size. So, and we got black devils too. So, so with that, I'm just saying we got to, get it together, and we're going to be exposing a lot of this. And like I said, man, it's a shame that we have to go in like this. But if people were telling the truth, hell, we wouldn't even have to be out here playing. But like Scripture, Isaiah 58:1, cry out loud, spread not. Lift up our voice, I show my people their transgression and the house of Jacob their sin. We have to show where Israel went wrong. And like I said, we have all kinds of wrong Israelites. We got weed smoking Israelites. We got tranny loving Israelites. We got Masonic, Illuminati Israelites. Yes, sir. It's a shame. It's a shame, but we want to expose all of that, because it's disgusting the way it's looking in Israel. Israel is looking like the projects. Hate to say it. Israel, we worse than Chirac. We worse than Compton, Bompton, hell. hell, even in VA, we got a whole bunch of projects down here. You know, I know where you at, you know, Memphis. I'm pretty sure got a bunch of projects there too. You know, there's like Ghetto Boy said, the world is a ghetto. You know, so yeah, the world is, anyway say the world is a ghetto. So yeah, we just gonna expose all that. That's what we come here to do at Liberation Chapter Ministries, is to expose it, all of this, and break down all this and debunk all that. And like I said, man, we here to teach. We're going to teach a lot of that too. And the stuff we're going to teach is Torah. All that LGBT stuff, don't bring it over here. All that Jesus stuff, don't bring it over here. All that weed smoking Hebrews, Scientology, them Islamic Hebrews, all the people, you know, break all that stuff down. All the Kemetic Hebrews. Yeah, we held, trust me. We heard all of it. We heard all. We heard Christian Hebrews. We'll break down all of it, because all y'all wrong. All y'all wrong. Ain't none of y'all right. None of y'all right. Y'all look, like my grandmama used to say, you got two right shoes on the left foot. So, you know, like I said, we gotta we're gonna expose all that. I like to say Shabbat Shalom and pass over to Moreh Israel.
Yes, sir. Shabbat Shalom. With that one, my brothers and sisters, we thank you, and we thank you Most High Yah again for another beautiful night in Shabbat. Like I said, check out the Moreh David Israel for tomorrow's Shabbat class as well. And check out on Monday nights for Lions Vibe Radio as well, hosted by the Moreh David Israel again. So check it out, sisters and brothers, and stay locked in. And like I said, also you can check us out right there on YouTube and our podcast right here on TalkShoe, which you can get at the videos as well, and the audio podcast from, you know, the various different outlets and things of that nature, sisters and brothers. So we want to say Shabbat Shalom. Y'all have a beautiful and safe Shabbat, and may the Most High be with you, keep you, and sure enough, keep you safe out here, sisters and brothers. And we pray for I would like to say, I want to pray for the people that's out there in Kentucky that's going through that flood. Man, some people, I think they said 19 people have died. So yes, sir, we got the monkeypox going on. We got the COVID. Stay in the grace of the Yah, man. Just try to stay in the grace of Yah, follow his instructions, and then ask Yah to lead the way for you. That's that. We say Shabbat Shalom. We love you, fam. Y'all have a peace and wonderful night. Shalom, shalom, Israel.